going, guys? Welcome.
Hello.
Welcome. It's Friday night here on Saving Throw, and that means it's time for Wildcards, which is our journey through these strange, dark, and supernatural locales in the alternate history weird West, using the Savage Worlds rule system. My name is Jordan Caves-callarman. I am the marshal around these parts, and let's meet everyone else. Let's do it. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna go around. I want everyone to tell all these fine people in chat your name, your character's name, and then I would like to know who your favorite relative was growing up and why.
Oh.
And we will start at any point on the table.
This is our character's
Did me last
relative,
time,
right?
can't do me again.
We'll start with you. Yes,
our character's
your character's
relative, right?
You can talk about your favorite relative
Okay.
if you want to.
Because I have lots of relatives I like, but
That's good.
yeah. Hi, my name is Jordan Pridgeon, and I am playing Gabriel Pryor, who used to be a con man preacher, and now is still sort of a con man, but also kind of a holy man, because of stuff. And
Real quick,
Thank you for
thank
the
you
resub.
Shimmickson, thank you BSB Care, and Vampire54, thank you for the resub.
oh,
Thank you.
You guys are great.
starting things off right.
Thank you.
And I think Gabe's favorite relative, he did not like his dad because his dad was a drunk and kind of a
Yes.
failure.
Yes, we know that.
There's that resub. I'm going to say that he had an uncle that he only met a few times when he was young and had very good impressions of, but was probably just as much of a fuck up as his dad.
Okay.
But he still kind of idolized
but
him
he
because
was
he never
like-
got to know him well enough.
Yeah, he was like only around every now and then, so you only saw the cool parts of it.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. I like it.
His name was Beauregard Fletcher.
Beauregard Fletcher. Uncle Beauregard. Okay,
Yeah,
see,
Uncle Beau.
I have to write these things down.
don't have to write those things
No, I'm
down.
going to, because at any point, without warning, I can use these in the future. Uncle Beauregard Fletcher. All right. And for those of you who are not aware, Gabriel Pryor is not his real name. His real name is Edmund Fletcher, but Gabriel Pryor might as well be his name for right now.
Eddie Fletcher. Yeah. It's like a Batman relationship. It's the
Yeah.
name I call myself in my head.
Oh.
Yeah.
Good right.
I think you mean a Bruce Wayne, right?
Oh.
No,
No,
you meant
he-
Batman.
yeah.
I'm in Batman.
Yeah, but that's a whole separate conversation that we'll get into after the show. Right next to Mr. Pridgeon playing Gabriel Pryor, we have over here on the other side of the table.
Whoa!
Whoa. I was not ready for that.
No, it's because he actually lied in the setup.
He did lie. He did.
Hi, everybody. I'm Gaurav, and I'm playing Howell Melton, a consummate frontiers gentleman. There's a lot more S's in there that need to be, but you know what?
I
just
like
had-
them.
Shot might have.
I had a shot of bourbon.
I like them. Those S's moved in and they're making themselves at home, and
They're
I
gonna be
say,
there.
let them stay.
They're going to be there. My favorite relative growing up was an aunt that I had. Her name.
Wait, hold on. First, you have to introduce. You already did it. I didn't take a shot. Please continue. You're doing great.
Okay. My favorite relative growing up was an aunt I had named Aunt Vin, and she was actually a gunslinger, a deputy of a town, and she was known as Quick Vin, and her how do I say this?
I don't know.
She instilled a sense of right and wrong in Howell at a very young age.
Very strongly.
Not that our parents weren't, not that his parents weren't like good people, but like whenever she visited, he was just like he wanted to hear stories of how she caught bandits and put people in jail and all that stuff. Like
We're both on the same page with like the aunt uncle thing because it's easy to like idealize someone who's like one step
Right,
removed
yeah.
from you. Family.
Exactly.
Right,
Yeah.
like Uncle Owen in Star Wars was like the coolest guy.
yeah.
Well, it was basically a dad. So.
Okay, nice. I'm writing all of these down because this is good stuff.
Gunslinger Andy, thank you.
Gunslinger Andy, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you for the tip. And then we will jump right across to you.
That's what I thought. Hi.
Oh, I'm
my
sorry. Was that too
name
predictable?
is-
We'll do dumb.
Oh, sir.
Who are we doing now?
We'll do it dumb.
Much of a thing. There.
Well, fuck you then.
I'm going to do your favorite family member, though. You can do
James
mine.
would know.
Yeah. Hi, guys. My name is Zook. I play James Bogue, who's really cool.
We already know it's good. He's gonna pick his daughter.
Yeah, my daughter is my favorite family member. Thank you, Blind Seer. Thank you so much. No,
Yeah.
I talked about this, I think, either in the first season, I'm pretty sure. I don't know if it was the first or second episode, but I was raised by my grandparents. And my grandfather, Grandpa Lee, was he basically taught me everything that I know. And
Before he went off to lead the Confederate Army.
well, that little thing.
What
yeah.
a twist!
But he's who I picked up smoking pipes from.
I'm gonna write down pipe smoking grandpa dad. And I'll know what that means later on when I look at this and go, what the hell was I writing?
Pipe smoking,
Pipe smoking grandpa dad? That doesn't make any sense. This is useless.
Was I drunk?
And then last but not least, we have...
Hi, my name is Meghan Caves. You're not going to stop me this time, right?
Nope.
Okay. My name is Meghan Caves.
Well, that's all the time we have for tonight.
Well, crap. I play Rosaleen Byrne, and my favorite relative is my dad. He taught her to knife fight.
Hold on real quick. I'm sorry to interrupt.
Oh my God,
but
you are interrupting me.
Have we locked the gold toasts? Because they are still coming in. So just so you guys listening know, we'll get to it in a second. We're still ironing things out behind the scenes, but we have locked gold toast. So if you see it is still available, it is
not.
Actually not. So thank you very
dirty
much,
lie.
but that has been turned off. All right, I'm sorry. Your dad taught you how to knife fight.
I expect another interruption. Yeah, taught me how to knife fight.
What was his name?
Francis.
Francis.
Byrne.
Oh, I had another thing to add.
Yes, don't do what happened. And yeah, I don't know. That was probably it anyway.
Knife fighting dad.
Yeah, but no, they're not necessarily on good terms now.
Okay.
It's like one of those things, where it's I don't know. He's like one of the most important people in her life growing up, but she kind
And
of
then one day you left without saying anything.
Yeah, kind of, and also like
Irish goodbye. Get one.
she felt.
That's-
Oh my God! She felt like he could have done better, and that sort of thing. He was had too many expectations, all that kind of stuff.
I see.
I've been reading a book, listening to a book that has this sort of character in it, so I feel like it's really getting in my head.
Okay.
Anyway,
Yeah.
Nosferatu.
Not
Wait,
a
what?
non sequitur. That is the name of a book by Joe Hill. It's very good. Check it out.
By Jonah Hill.
Joe
Joe
Hill.
Hill.
Oh.
Joe Hill. Jonah Hill, I don't know if he's written any books, but if he has, they're probably fine. So that is who we are playing with, guys. Thank you for being here. Just a couple things really quick. We are here at Saving Throw. We are an independent channel. We exist by you
Oh,
and
thank you.
for
Thank you.
you.
Look, thanks for the 100 bits.
For you and by you. So we do not have any major company backing us. We have no movie studio. We have no rich uncle who died and left us the deed to his estate. Nope, no one does. So if you are enjoying what you're seeing, if you're having fun, if you want to support us, you want us to continue to make great shows like this and all the other programming that we have here on Saving Throw, please consider tipping. It very much helps us. It helps keep things going here. I'm tripping over my words tonight. But also, as a fun side effect of that, when you tip, all cash tips go towards unlocking fun rewards that affect the game being played. A lot of things have happened over the course of Wildcards that have been unlocked by you mysterious strangers in chat. So thank you guys for that. And then you can check those out. What is happening tonight?
Wow.
That taco salad is it's coming back up. You can check those out by hitting ! Unlocks in chat to see what we can unlock tonight, and you can also hit ! Tips in chat in order to figure out how to tip. And thank you very much. Even if you can't tip or you just don't want to, we are still glad to have you here. Thank you for being here with us. And let's see, behind the scenes, we're not handling this anymore, Dom. You and I. We're not handling it here at the table. We have a very kind individual named Tyler, but not Tyler Rhodes. An entirely different Tyler, who is way better than Tyler Rhodes, sitting behind the scenes tonight. He was here on
every
Ironkeep if you guys were here.
Possible way.
So he will be rocking.
Except he doesn't have an R last name.
He doesn't have an R last name. Okay, but he will be rocking the Saving Throw name in chat as well. So we have someone who can talk to you.
Now,
So
one of them can be Tyler Alpha, and the other can be Tyler Prime.
we'll figure it out later on. But thank you very much to Tyler for helping us out. And I'm going to do something a little bit differently tonight. Let's go ahead and let's do some gatekeeping really quick here. Bookkeeping. What?
Wow.
And
Gatekeeping. Here's the thing: most people who play RPGs haven't really played RPGs.
Okay. Nope. No, I'm going to shut down the gatekeeping right now, and we're going to switch over to bookkeeping.
Savage Worlds is great, but
I promise, as soon as I put on my cowboy hat, I'm going to be great. So, does anyone have any leftover pieces of cursed Spanish gold from previous
Yes.
sessions?
I have 3.
Probably.
We'll start.
I have 2.
You have 2? And I heard you say 3 like a Muppet would. So there are your 3. There are your 2.
I have just one.
1 for Gabriel Pryor.
Hooray.
Hal Melton?
I might have 0.
I
No.
can't believe
2.
that's
It's 2.
true.
Just kidding, it's 2.
You got
No, you
so
have
many.
11.
No, it's 2.
Yeah, it's
It's 2. And I have my cursed Spanish gold as well. I also want to remind you guys that you do have the cursed Spanish medallion.
Ooh.
Lovingly
So it's amulet, right?
made, and it's a medallion.
It's an amulet.
It's an amulet. No, you're right. It's an amulet.
You're right.
I haven't put my hat on yet. This was made by Bandana Girl for us and painted by Meghan Caves. So thank you very much, guys. You can break that in half at any point to get a super lucky break, but at 2 points in the future, your enemies will get a lucky break as well. You have 3 points of plot armor. Remember that.
Right.
Anyone can use that at any point to reduce the severity of a wound. And also, real quick, guys,
Aw.
my
This is why he's tripping over his
cast
words.
made me a photo book. A wild cards
What's in
photo
there?
book with like some photos of stuff and on wild cards, and like they signed it like a yearbook. And I'm not gonna read it; that's private. And also, I haven't read it yet, and maybe they said something weird, and I don't want to read it out loud on stream. But thank you guys. That was really, really cool.
Thank you.
Thank you. Come on, you guys. All right, I'm gonna put this over here where it'll be safe. Also, on the note of awesome people helping us out with stuff, BSB Care sent us a care package as well,
yeah.
which
A
is
BSB care
a
package?
BSB Care package.
Oh, that's awesome.
Which is why tonight, instead of our normal Fate chips, we will be rocking the official Savage Worlds Deadlands Fate chips
My God.
made by Pinnacle. So we've got, they're really cool. They're super heavy and awesome. You guys can't see them super great from here, but we've got the white Fate chip. We have the blue, the red, and then the Legend Fate chip, which is yellow now. So forget the green. The green is gone.
No.
That was last. That was so
I want
last
green.
week. Yellow is the one you
I
want.
like yellow.
And these are awesome. They have a really
I pretended
cool.
it was yellow before anyway.
Did you?
so-
Okay, great. We're all on the same page. They have a really nice heft, and they also have pictures of all of these servitors on them from the
So cool.
from the Deadlands world.
So
So
authentic.
thank you very much for that, BSB Care. He also sent us some other stuff, but I can't talk about that. It's secret from you guys. It's a secret to everybody. BSB Care has been reading the Deadlands source books and is guessing where I'm heading with some of this stuff. So thank you for that, BSB Care.
Jay Matthews,
Jay
thank you so
Matthews,
much.
thank you very much.
Hey, thank you
For the
tip.
tip.
Woo!
And let's draw fate chips before we settle up tonight.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's do it. So,
Bad luck.
Also, I said I'd say hello if anyone from Next Gen Games, my friends there, are watching. So maybe you are. I'll find out later when I go to buy
Next Gen
magic
Games.
cards.
did we say
Blind's here.
thank you to
Oh,
Blind?
Blind's
Thank you,
here.
Blind's
Thank
here.
you for being here.
Yeah.
Gosh, you guys
Oh.
are great.
And more 10.
Okay, who are we starting with? We're gonna start with Rosaleen Byrne. All right.
You should have been like, thumbs up.
So you draw 3 fate chips, Rosaleen Byrne, because you are normal, human person.
Man.
I got a white.
Oh, everyone is doing the drama thing now because the legend chip is in
And
there.
another
And a white. And
This, I
Draw
want
it
this
out.
one to the
Damn,
very
man.
bottom. It's a white.
I was only going to do
white.
it if like the legend chip hadn't been drawn.
Oh, what?
and we went clockwise, so you are
No,
last.
white is blue now.
Nope, not true.
Yeah, because Legend Chip changed. So
Hal Melton, draw 3.
You got 3 legend
Oh,
tips.
one,
Did
A
three
white,
legend chips.
two,
a white,
and a 3. Ooh,
and a red. Okay.
still in there.
a one.
Draw 3, James
You
Bogue.
want that one? You want that one? You want the
A
other one?
3.
Stop looking in the
I
hat.
can't see it.
Oh my God. I got one of
America.
each, but not a legendary.
All right.
America.
And then because of your great
Get it,
luck,
get it, get it,
draw
get it, get it.
5.
Come on,
This is the
5.
best chance
Let's
we
just
got.
get one time. All right.
Stop looking in the
I
hat.
can't see.
She's
All right,
blind.
I've got 5.
She's blind.
Red,
Jordan, that's
white, blue, red, red.
Damn it!
The legend chip remains in the hat of fate. I will go ahead and draw my chips. I will draw a white. I will draw a red. I will draw a white. And I will draw a blue. I get 1 for each of you guys. So the legend chip is in there.
Damn.
It's in there. But it's not drawn yet.
The Legend of the Chip.
All right, guys. I think we've chit-chatted enough.
Okay.
Yeah, what time is it?
What do you? I mean, we could keep going, but instead, what do you all say we saddle up?
Oh, okay.
No, wrong way. Super.
Put your hat on.
Last time on Wildcards, fleeing the wreckage of the Bear's train, you guys sought refuge in a farmhouse in the middle of nowhere where a suspicious but kindly couple took you in for the night, along with Ferret, who had survived the train wreck as well and came along with you. Although it turns out these starving people were starving because they were trying to keep some sort of monstrous child that they had alive in the basement of their barn.
DJ Regular, thank you so much.
DJ Regular, thank you for the tip. And when you guys discovered that secret, Christian Lemke, thank you very much for the tip.
Oh, thank you.
Oh,
Thank you, Christian Lemke.
When you discovered that secret, You also found that Ferret had been eaten by this weird baby.
Well,
Big loss. It was a big
Couldn't have happened to a
loss.
nicer guy.
The baby also turned on its own mother, and you guys were able to stop it and keep it from consuming all of you. But his father took his own life at the end of that. You guys were not able to keep that from happening. But because of the kind, mysterious strangers in chat, you were able to find a horse and a sled that you were able to use to head back into Denver, where you all went to your separate locales.
we should keep that horse. And we can have a horse.
We could have a horse instead of you guys just having
That horse
a
probably died taking us back
No,
to Denver.
it's our horse now.
That horse was not in great shape.
Come on, we can beat it.
Hurry, name it so we can't kill it.
Its name
It's already
is
dead.
Archimedes.
Archimedes.
Whoa.
But James Bogue, when you went back to your flop house, I believe you're staying at the Longmire in
I
the
am.
Tri-Corner neighborhood.
Yeah, you got it.
You saw there was someone waiting for you, a little 10-year-old girl with some features that are startlingly similar to your own, and an Irish accent, who introduced herself as Claire, and said you were her father. And that's where we're gonna pick up. But first, some toasts.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Way to
Everyone,
keep us
we're gonna
thinking.
start with the gold toast. So everyone raise your glasses and keep them up. We're gonna burn through these, because we have a lot. Here we go, guys. Thank you very much, guys, for unlocking these, and then we'll get to the rest of the rewards. So first, from Double Up Omega, to Bogue and his newfound daughter. To Bogue and his newfound daughter. Set him up and knock him down. Next up, from Shimmickson. Pay attention.
Okay.
Great,
Okay.
Hey, hey, good looking. What you got cooking? How's about cooking something up with me? Hey, sweet baby, don't you think maybe we could find us some breakfast soup?
Okay.
Hey, hey, good looking. What you got cooking? How's about cooking something up with me? Hey, sweet baby, don't you think maybe we could find us some breakfast soup? Set him up and knock him down. Thank you, Simmickson. Next.
We don't have to thank them for.
All right.
All right.
All right.
Have you turned them off yet?
Still trying to figure that out. Sorry.
Okay.
I can help.
Okay, yes. James Bogue is going to skip out on these next few toasts. We very much appreciate it, but we have to cap these at some point or we will not be able to function. From Gunslinger Andy, to Bass Reeves and Nat Love. Bandana Girl, thank you for the tip.
Thank you, Bandana Girl.
To Bass Reeves and Nat Love. To Bass Reeves and Nat Love. Set him up and knock him down. Thank you, Gunslinger Andy.
With me.
From Vampire 54. Yeehaw to mysterious new daughters. Yeehaw to mysterious new daughters. Did everyone wiggle their eyebrows when you did it? Set them up and knock them down.
Maybe? I don't remember.
Oh, this
We'll have to
IPA
make
is
a clip
hoppy.
later. We can see if everyone wiggled their eyebrows.
We'll make a clip.
From Bastion Fills. If you're gonna do wrong, buddy, do wrong right. If you're gonna do wrong, buddy, do wrong right.
That
Set them
does
up
sound
and knock them down.
That's a good one.
Thank you, Bastion. From Blind Seer, to Horace Greeley and his dearly departed Mary. To Horace Greeley and his dearly departed Mary. Set him up and knock him down. IPA was a bad choice.
Just thinking the same thing.
Uh-oh.
From Homebrew Dwarf, Marshall's Law. He will always ace. Hope the PC's rolling is. Wait. Hope the PC's rolling better is commonplace.
Oh.
Marshall's Law. He will always ace. Hope the PC's rolling is better than
Is
common.
Common.
I screwed it up. Set it up and knock him down. That was really good.
We liked it.
Thank you, Homebrew Dwarf. From DJ Regular to Nat Love, a legendary cowboy whose nickname might trip up the language filter.
That's true.
To Nat Love, a legendary cowboy whose nickname might trip up the language filter. We're doing good. Set him up and knock him down.
His nickname was Deadwood Dick.
Oh.
Dick.
From CMF Pirnkoff, to the joys of fatherhood. Makes you think, doesn't it? To the joys of fatherhood. Makes you think, doesn't it? Set him up and knock him down. And final gold toast from this deluxe edition of Gold Toast this evening. From Toa 47. Toast to the Saving Throw Show, the chat, and the community. May we see another month of craziness and another hoedown. Also, are there any prairie corgis in the Deadlands? Toast to Saving Throw Show, the chat, and the community. May we see another month of craziness and another hoedown. Also, are there any prairie corgis in the Deadlands? Set 'em up and knock 'em down. Nailed it, first time.
We did it!
We'll combine Deadlands with Pugmire.
Yes.
Okay,
Setting it down.
I call
Setting.
Huckleberry Hound.
Yeah.
all right, guys. We have a couple more toasts.
Okay. Oh my.
Let me just make sure.
You still have some left.
Okay, we've got these.
Work
These
into
are the non-gold toasts. We have one from BSB Care.
Okay.
To Daddy Bogue. To
Daddy Bogue.
Set him up and knock him down. IPA.
If we're toasting to it, that means it's canon.
And from Bandana Girl. Toast. The most important ingredient in any good breakfast soup. Got us. Toast. The most important ingredient in any good breakfast soup. Set him up
Be so
and knock him down.
Soggy by that point.
It helps give it body.
It's like croutons.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
And holy crap, guys. Okay, hold on. We have a few tiers to go through here.
Okay.
Oh,
We're done.
Yes,
Put your
you can
drinks
put
down.
your drinks down. Thank you
For
very much
now.
for all
Thank
of
you.
those awesome
Thank you.
toasts.
Yes.
Yes, thank you so much.
We have unlocked the first reward tier, which is called a dear friend. And I won't tell you what that means, but thank you very much for unlocking that,
We have a
guys.
friend that's a deer.
Luigi.
Luigi.
No, it's not that. We have also unlocked a draw.
Draw.
So we got, as per usual, 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Here we go.
2. Hal Melton.
Oh, cool.
Draw.
Draw.
Get some good.
No, wait, I want this one.
What do you got?
I got Parley. I call on the ancient right of Parley. All characters cease fighting and listen to the hero speak for at least 30 seconds. Ooh, monologue. Others may only take defensive actions during this time. This has no effects on beasts and other creatures that cannot understand the speaker.
Okay. Interesting. We
So
also
how is that going to save us if we're being attacked by zombie woodland critters?
It will not, and it never would. We've also unlocked a fistful of cursed Spanish gold for the table, so thank you guys.
Oh, thank you.
And we've unlocked the next reward, the next story tiers. Well, I'll call them story tiers, which is called a second shot at a first impression.
Okay.
And we'll talk about what that means now. So you guys are in the city of Denver.
Yes.
Yes.
A much bigger place than Coldwater Creek. People don't know who you are. This place is huge. So not everybody just likes you on sight because they know you're the preacher or you're associated with the preacher. You guys are just going to meet people and they're going to think whatever they think about you. So on the whole, I'm going to be rolling to see what an NPC's initial impression of you is.
Oh, cool.
And that is where they will start out. That is a mechanic in Savage Worlds that we haven't really used yet.
That's neat.
But
cool.
I am going to allow you guys, because chat has so kindly unlocked this tier, you can, once per person, spend a piece of cursed Spanish gold to get a second shot at a first impression and have me re-roll their initial table.
Does charisma affect people's initial impression?
I believe it does. I'm going to rule that it does.
So.
So yeah. And so yeah. So thank you. And then we have unlocked another draw. Vampire 54!
Vampire 54!
Thank you so much for the tip.
Yeah.
Holy crap, you guys are, we haven't even started. Thank you.
That's a wagon full of riches. Oh, no.
Okay.
Oh, you're so upset.
Rosaleen,
Oh.
draw.
I get to draw.
You get to draw.
I draw this one. I hope it's the best one. Ace. Never tell me the odds.
Oh,
Is this
whoa.
wrong?
Wait.
Meta.
Keep reading our show names.
Play instead of
Iron Key
rolling.
Chronicles.
Play instead of rolling to make a trait test with a single automatic raise. That's pretty good.
That's a good one.
great.
That is a good
Yeah.
one. We have unlocked another fistful of cursed Spanish gold
Gosh.
Yes.
for the table.
Put
so
it in our
that's
fist.
6 pieces altogether. We have unlocked the next story tier, which is called Weaver's Descendants.
What?
And I will not explain what any of that
Everyone
means.
gets a
Something
daughter.
to do with that.
You get a daughter, and you get a daughter, and you get a
What
daughter.
if we wanted a
Not you.
son?
I'm not entirely sure, but I think we might have unlocked the last tier as well.
Yep.
The final one. We have unlocked
Wow.
our stretch tier.
Wow.
Which I will not name for you guys. You guys know the name of it. I will not tell you guys what
Chat.
it is. But I will say, this is what happens as a result of that
What?
tier. I need to find
Text me,
something
Chad.
good for this. Okay.
Send us a
For now, I'm going to use this. No, I won't use that because there's
Nope.
glitter
What
on
do you
it.
need?
I
What
won't
do you
use that. I'll use this.
Yeah.
For now, I'm going to use this, but I will come up with something better.
There's a skull here.
Guys, this token here,
Huh?
this is a tragic ally. At
What?
any point in the game, you guys can choose to spend this token. Not tonight. Could be tonight. Could be some point in the future. And an ally will show up and something major will happen. But it will be very sad.
Is it good or bad? I'm confused.
If it's very sad, I would say it's bad.
Well, it
Well,
seems
no.
like it's good,
Yeah, but
then
it's
It's good for us.
It-
bad for them.
It is more than likely, depending on when you use it, going to be something very good for you that happens.
Okay.
Okay.
But it will also be very, very sad.
I don't know how I feel about that.
This is gonna be
I do.
canary. It's gonna be canary.
So there is that.
Canary
That is
comes,
on the table.
comes galloping in, just strapped with dynamite, runs up to an enemy and explodes.
So,
And then we'll go, "Aw."
so thank you very much, guys.
Thank you so much.
We
Thank
have
you,
not
guys.
yet begun to roleplay at the table,
Yeah.
and we have unlocked all of the reward tiers.
Oh, wow.
So you guys are amazing.
I'm pretty sure they did that so we didn't roleplay.
Right. Just for funsies, I will throw out the same thing as last week. If we get $300 in tips, I will unlock Blood and Guts for the next session for these guys,
Ooh.
which means they will be able to
Alright.
re-roll damage rolls, which is something you ordinarily cannot do in Savage Worlds.
That's pretty nice.
So, if you want to help them out with some stuff next session, that is also on the table, and that would unlock at $300. But thank you guys so much. You guys are incredible.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
God.
What say we start playing some games?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So it is twilight in the Queen City of the West. And James Bogue has returned to the Longmire to rest. To rest.
Quiet you.
After a very long and grueling period of days out in the January cold of Colorado. And this young girl who was waiting for you walked up and asked if you were James Bogue. She seemed to recognize you somehow, and although you never officially replied in a positive way, I believe you said, "Who's asking?" Mm-hmm. That seemed to be enough for her, because she extended her hand and said her name was Claire. It was a pleasure to meet you. My name's Claire. It's a pleasure to meet you, da.
I don't know who you think you're talking to, girl, but you best run along now and find your folks.
Well, no, well, that's why I'm here. You are James Bogue. I mean, this is where I was directed to find him.
Oh, thanks,
The
the
Bard.
Bard. Thank you so
for the
much. I look around. This is probably Gabe.
I don't understand. I thought,
Listen, how long have you been out here in the cold?
well, I was inside. I actually, well, it's kind of a long story. Do you mind if we go inside?
Sure. Yeah.
All right, so she just kind of turns and trots inside and finds a table by the window that's open, and she kind of waves a hand at the bartender / innkeeper of the Longmire, and he nods at her. Is this all right? This has been my table for the past day or so.
How are you affording a table here at the Longmire?
And she kind of looks around at everything, like just falling into disrepair. And like one guy over in the corner who might legitimately be wearing sackcloth, who is just scratching at himself, and you can just see the lice on him.
I repeat.
I mostly asked nicely.
Who sent you?
Oh, well, no one really. Sort of my mother, but the thing is, she's passed. But she always spoke so highly of my father. That's you. And I know that you were in the war, and that you had set out west, and so as soon as she died, after of course we buried her, I got on the train and came out to the west, and I decided, since from what I had heard, Denver is where everyone, all the rail lines go. This seemed as good a place as any to start. And imagine my surprise after asking around for just a little bit. I heard, not only were you out here still, you were here in Denver. And I was able to find this place. And I was waiting I've been waiting a day or two. I didn't know when or if you were going to come back, but I thought I would give it at least a few days. And Horace has been nice enough to let me sleep in the storeroom. Thank you, Horace. Again, he just kind of nods at her and then just keeps
I
cleaning
squint at
things.
Horace so disapprovingly, and then I look back at her.
So, here I am.
Who is your ma?
You mean you don't
Listen,
remember?
I don't know who put you up to this or who you think I am, but I am not your father. So I will happily pay for a meal here, pay for your room, but after that, you best be moving on because I don't think I'm the one you're looking for.
Make a smarts roll for me.
It's a 4.
A 4. Okay, so as you're saying this, you spend some time looking at this girl. And even as you say it, you can't help but notice that she does have a lot of features that look kind of similar to yours. She has eyes that are very similar to yours, and kind of the same complexion and hair,
She's twirling a handgun.
just kind of idly. She
Has
looks,
a tiny pipe.
she looks crestfallen at the things that you are saying. But you don't feel 100% sure. I mean, you're pretty sure, but not like 100% sure that this isn't someone who might be related to you. Oh, I see. So, well, I guess that makes sense. I may be young, but I'm not stupid. I know that life isn't a fairy tale, and the way Ma always talked about you, she made you sound so gallant. But if you'd been all that gallant, then maybe you would have stayed around. So maybe she was spinning a tale to make me feel better about me da. And maybe that part about you being drunk at the time was more important than she always made it seem. She says she met you somewhere down south during the war. You came in after some battle or something with a few other soldiers, and everyone was celebrating and things got rowdy, and apparently she caught your eye and you had a nice time. And here I am.
She say, what battle?
Well, no, Ma didn't like much talking about the war. Even though she wasn't all that close to the front lines, she still seemed to get sort of a faraway look whenever she thought about it.
Your ma, do you have your accent too?
Yes, she does. She raised me, which is why I talk this way.
I'm sorry, Claire, was it?
Claire, yes, and I guess seeing as how you don't remember my mother, I should introduce myself by my last name as well, Claire Walker. Nice to meet you. Kind of an awkward silence just falls.
Walker. Do I know that name?
Make a smarts roll.
Best Texas Ranger that ever lived.
5.
5? You don't remember someone named Walker, but the scenario she has described is not entirely implausible. The war was a different time, and you were a different person in order to live through it and come out the other side. So going out from time to time and trying to drink the thoughts away is something that did happen on occasion. But I understand if you, if this isn't a pleasant surprise. I have to say it's not going exactly the way that I thought it would.
How did you think it was going to go, meeting your pa after this many years?
I don't know. I mean, I haven't been out here before. Everything is scary and I do all right. I can look after myself, but I don't know. I don't know how this was supposed to happen.
I don't know either. I've never met anyone who claimed to be my kin.
Well, I've never met
like
anyone
this.
who was told to me was my father, so I guess we are in the same situation.
Were there other soldiers that I knew that I could have been like at a saloon or something with, like in the war, that I might have been friends with? That's what I'm thinking, is that it was someone that I was friends with.
Do you remember a lot of other soldier friends that you had that looked a lot like you?
Yes, and his name was John Walker.
Oh. Huh.
Interesting.
I'm gonna say that's not real.
Oh, okay.
Decanonized.
Maybe it was, though. No.
Are you bribing him?
Yes.
Listen, I don't want to be any sort of thing making your life harder. I can look after myself. I may only be 10, but I know how to make my way in the world. And with Ma dead now, I can go wherever it is that I'd like. So I can go somewhere else, and I don't have to bother you anymore.
Well, listen, I need a good meal just as much as anyone. Just got off the trail and I'm starving, and I could use some company, so why don't you just stay and we'll have dinner.
She kind of, like, her eyes go a little wide and she sort of smiles a little bit but tries not to smile. And she looks over at Horace, and he kind of nods, and she nods, and he goes back into the back and comes out with 2, bowls of soup, stew. It's real thick.
Dinner stew.
Dinner stew. That'll stand by. It's the same stuff he serves every night, but at least it's hot.
Yeah.
And he kind of puts it down and leaves, and you spend what I'm assuming is a tense and quiet meal. But she just sort of sits there and swings her feet.
I assume she's looking at me, and I am not looking at her. I'm just.
Just bogging it up.
Yep. Just finish my meal, push it away.
It's cold.
What are you going to do with yourself out here?
Well, to be honest, I hadn't thought quite that far ahead, but I'm sure I can find something. Don't trouble yourself. I'll maybe I can get an apprenticeship, or maybe I'll just stow away on a train and go somewhere else.
How did you find me here?
Well, like I said, I struck out for Denver, and then I started asking around if people had seen anybody, maybe a dashing gentleman that looked somewhat like me. Why what?
Why Denver?
Like I said before, all the rail lines go here, or at least a lot of them. It seemed like a place where, if you were out west, at some point, you would come through Denver. I didn't expect to find you here.
I didn't expect to be found. What'd your mama tell you about what I do?
Well, she always talked about you as a soldier.
Mm-hmm. That's true enough, I suppose.
But I suppose, having found you now, I'll have to find somewhere else to stay. Horace was very kind to let me stay here while I waited. But now that you're here, I'll find somewhere else to sleep, and maybe we could talk again at some point.
I imagine Horace is looking at me and giving me the stink eye of some kind.
Yes, the whole time. Basically the entire meal. It's not very busy down here, so he's just been cleaning the exact same glass and just staring daggers at you this whole time.
The bartender's code, always be cleaning a glass.
Mm-hmm.
ABCAG.
Nice. Fuck you is my name. Clean the glasses.
I shoot a glance over at Horace again. Just another one of those withering stares. Just like. We just have us to squint off. You can stay here. That's fine.
I'm not putting no little girl up in this hellhole.
You got a better place, Horace?
Well, Horace has been talking about a very safe and nice establishment in town that he said maybe I should ask you about maybe staying at.
How much is it?
Brown Palace is a pretty safe place for a little girl.
Brown Palace?
Yup. Can't miss it. That giant new 10-story hotel.
Get your things, girl.
Oh, all right. She gets up and just is ready.
Yeah. I just put the coat back on. All right, I'll just go find this Brown Palace.
Oh, you know where it is. It's
Yeah.
where Rosaleen and Gabe are staying.
Well, I don't pay attention to what they do.
Luxury.
$10 a night, just for the room. And she's kind of trotting after you in the street.
I might know someone you can stay with. They're good folk.
Oh, they're friends of yours, are they?
Yeah, real good friends.
And
Very close.
You want to introduce me to them?
Absolutely.
So you're not ashamed of me?
Why would I be ashamed of you?
Well, I don't know. A daughter that you never knew about.
Well,
just
now we have
shows
not
up and-
confirmed the daughter.
Right, of course, yes. But I show up and you want to tell your.
What are you
Your
looking
friends
at?
that-
She's just a little girl.
You want to tell your friends that you had a
There's
child out of
people on the street
wedlock.
giving me looks.
I don't think anyone's looking. It's pretty quiet on the street right now. It being cold and all.
That one person who I was just positive was looking at me. I was,
Sackcloth guy?
yeah, sackcloth guy. Stop following me, sackcloth guy.
Shut up, it's late.
You too.
It's not that late. It's like 6. It just gets dark early.
I'm old.
I'm wearing the sackcloth.
That's always late.
I just don't. You want to introduce a child of wedlock to your friends?
Well, it's I don't think they'd mind.
What? No.
I don't mean this to sound ungrateful, but I don't. Well, I don't know you, but I at least feel I have some cause to know you. I don't know these people, and you're going to make me
I trust
stay
these
with
people
them.
with my life, and trust me, once you meet them, I think you'll feel the same.
Forgive me if this seems rude, but you did leave my mother, so I don't know how much your estimation of people is something that I should trust.
Oh shit.
Were you saying your mom is someone that you shouldn't trust? What?
I'm just saying, I don't know if I should go by your word alone that these are people I can trust. I do have to look out for myself, after all.
Mm-hmm. Well, you tell me, do you want to continue staying at the Longmire?
Well, Horace made it seem like that wasn't going to be an option once you came back.
Right, so we're going to go to the Brown Palace, and you'll meet my friends, and from there, well, let's just see where it takes us.
Would it not be possible for me to have my own room, at least until I
Well,
get
let's
to know you?
see how much it costs.
Oh, okay. She keeps trotting along by you, trying to keep up with your stride, which you are, I imagine, not slowing down
No.
to accommodate for her shorter legs.
No.
And after a while, you guys do walk your way over to the Brown Palace. It's hard to miss, and it's lit up quite nicely on this cold January night.
Brown.
It's actually quite red, actually.
Red?
Actually, red granite.
What?
Red granite.
That's worse.
That's ironic.
It's a big
I
triangular
appreciate
building. It's a real place. You can look up pictures of it. It's pretty cool.
Oh.
Don't do it now, though. Keep watching.
Stay here.
I was like, that's not a very creative name Jordan came up with, but you didn't.
I didn't.
Real.
Shall we go inside?
After you.
Okay, so you open the door, and everything about this place is just plush and nice. Polished wood, brass, nice soft carpet underneath your feet that you can't help but admit feels really nice to walk on. Nice, tasteful chandeliers hanging in this front wooden lobby, but you can hear soft piano music and the clinking of plates from what you can only assume is a nearby dining room, and you see these nice stairs leading up to the hotel proper.
Couldn't afford a pill in this place. Let's find my friends.
All right. Should I wait here?
I'll ask the front desk for a room of Gabriel Pryor.
As soon as you come in, the man at the front desk has been eyeing you distastefully. Because I imagine you haven't changed at all.
No.
So you are wearing the clothes that you snuck onto a secret train with 3 days ago
I'm
and then
super freaking tired right
rode
now.
through the frozen frontier for 2 days.
Yeah.
May I help you?
I'm looking for Gabriel Pryor.
I'm sorry, sir, we don't give out the information of the guests that are staying here at the Brown Palace.
I'm staying swank.
Perhaps if you knew their room number, I could ring them.
Do I know their room number?
I don't know. Do you? How much contact have you had with these two since you guys have been in Denver? This is something we haven't really addressed yet. We picked up in media res, as it were, but since you guys fled the ruins of Coldwater Creek for Denver, I got the impression that you guys haven't spent a lot of time chumming around with each other. That's everybody here.
Yeah.
Yeah, not really.
Even Gabe and Rose haven't been spending as much time together as they are accustomed to.
I have not. I have been generally staying away from Gabe during our couple months here or whatever. But I have spoken a couple times to Rose. You can see one of those actually on the Twitter. But so a few times. I don't know if you would have given out your room number though to me. I don't know.
I could have in some of the interactions and just being like, if you want some information or something,
Right.
come
I
by.
mean, if you
I
guys
don't know.
decide that you did, then you did. But to me, it doesn't sound like something that maybe a point you guys arrived at yet.
If I was betting on it, I would say we didn't.
Yeah, that would also be my bet.
There are other places to find us, so
Right.
I definitely didn't.
send him a note. Our room number is.
You have a piece of paper
Are you talking to Claire or are you talking to the front
to
desk?
the front desk.
Of course.
May I borrow it and a writing implement, please?
For what use, might I inquire?
I'm going to leave a note for one of your residents here, Gabriel Pryor. I trust that you will get it to him.
I can neither confirm nor deny that we have a guest by that name staying here in the hotel currently. But should such a guest be staying here, it is my duty to inform them of any messages that are left for them at the front desk. So I shall do that when next I see that person, if such a person is in fact staying here at the Brown Palace.
May I have the paper now, please?
All right. He kind of bends down behind the desk and comes back with what looks like just a torn off piece of scrap paper and a just cheap leaden pencil. I trust this will suffice. Renting a fountain pen is, of course, a fee we extend only to our guests.
Only to their guests.
How much is a room here at the Brown Palace?
$10 a night plus expenses. That equates to around $270 modern day money, which is very expensive for a frontier hotel. Will you be joining us? He makes a face almost as though he is having a private joke with himself.
I slide over $10 along with this. I'll take a room for the night.
Kind of cocks an eyebrow at you and takes the $10 note. Is it Confederate or is it Union?
It's Union.
It's Union? All right.
That aced.
Probably.
Very well, sir.
We all know.
Thank you very much. Yes, I shall retrieve your key. Will it be you and your daughter staying with us?
Get my key.
Very well. Would you still like to leave a message for Mr. Pryor?
I slid the note with the $10.
I can, since you are now staying with us, I can tell you he is indeed on our register as a guest here. I will, of course, give him this note at the earliest possible moment. He kind of takes your money and just puts it down beneath the counter somewhere, and you hear a bunch of clinking and metallic noises. Right, your key. And he bends down and comes back up with an ornate key with a very nice, shiny tag on it. Room number 24. That is, of course, on the second floor. Just, most people haven't stayed in an establishment such as ours before, so the first number is typically indicative of the floor, of which we have 10.
I start moving up.
And, very well, and please do not hesitate to ask if you have anything that we can do to make your stay more pleasurable. All right, so you head up the stairs?
Yeah, I give a...
And Claire's just been watching all of this happen and just kind of just trots up next to you. She seems to be having a good time. So are we both to be staying here tonight?
Well, I don't... If I'm going to pay $10 for a room here at the Brown Palace, I don't see any reason for it to go to waste on just you.
Oh, well, great. Perhaps we could spend some time, since it's just an early evening so far. We could talk about... I can tell you about me, and you can tell me about you.
Yeah, I'm pretty tired.
Oh, okay.
Tell you what, we will try and... I will... You can talk to me for as long as I stay awake. How's that?
I suppose that sounds like as good a deal as any. All right, so you guys go upstairs, and your room is just super nice. Only one bed, but it is like a nice feather mattress, really nice blankets.
I imagine there's like a chaise lounge or something like that.
Oh, the works.
And,
It's a triangular shaped building. Every room has a view.
right. I look around. Well,
This is... Wow. This is nice.
right. Well, get to talking. Bed's yours.
Oh, okay. I like horses. And she just starts telling you about herself, and you go lay on the chaise lounge, and I'm guessing almost immediately fall asleep. Okay.
But you've mastered the art of sleeping with your pipe still in your mouth.
They're just slowly, just embers just dying down. It's just,
He wakes up and everything's on fire.
hasn't happened yet. But I wouldn't mind if it happened to the Brown Palace.
Well.
Wow. Strong words. So you go to sleep. Does anyone else do anything major on the night that you guys arrive back in town, or do you guys? I imagine you're all very tired.
Yeah.
So it seemed like you all retired to your various places and went to sleep.
Yes.
Is it fair to assume that we can just sleep off our fatigue levels?
Yes, your fatigue levels can be slept away.
Oh, goody. Because I had those, so I think my first go-to is sleeping.
Yeah, 100%. That is cleared now.
Because we kept failing to do that at that house.
Yeah, you guys didn't get a lot of rest at the house with the weird baby in
We
it.
tried.
So, James Bogue, will you make a notice roll for me, please? And make it at a -2.
No, that's just even because I have a +2, so that's a 5.
5. Okay. Did you just sleep with all of your clothes on? Just immediately come in with your coat, just sit on the chaise lounge and fall asleep? Mm-hmm. Okay. You are awakened. Just kind of something draws you up out of consciousness, out into consciousness. You're not sure how long you've been asleep. It's still dark outside, but that doesn't mean much in the wintertime out here. And it feels like someone is just messing with you in some way. You feel like someone is. You don't have that.
What?
Denver, Queen City of the West, and something that you would well know, does not allow any people within city limits to carry firearms. They must all be checked at the marshal's office upon your entrance into the city. You can retrieve them with your claim slip when you leave the city.
Okay.
But as a law, I would assume, as a law-abiding citizen, that you would have checked that.
Yeah.
Even if you didn't, there are heavy penalties for being
Sure.
reported to be carrying an unregistered firearm.
And that's just a reaction. He still does it though. He's like,
Yeah.
Sure.
right.
Well, I mean, my hand will shoot out just as fast as it would, and just to grab a hand or whatever if I feel someone messing with me.
Okay, yeah, you can feel...
None of us law-abiding citizens would have snuck weapons into Denver,
Sure,
right?
yeah. You can feel small hands inside of your jacket, and you reach out and just grab something instinctively, and it feels like you've got a fistful of hair, and you hear Claire yelp, and ow, what? So,
What are you doing?
I'm sorry. You seemed cold.
Cold?
Yes,
Cold?
You were speaking in your sleep and shivering, so I thought maybe I could come over and I don't know, I was trying to get your coat off so I could lay it on top of you as a blanket. My mother did that for me sometimes when I fell asleep with my coat on.
What time is it?
I don't know. You woke me up.
I woke you up?
As I said, you were talking in your sleep.
What did I say?
Nothing that I could understand. It seemed very violent.
I'm fine.
Okay, I'm sorry. All right, I'll just go back to sleep. Just wanted to make sure you're okay.
Thank you. Don't I don't know how much your ma told you about the West or people out here, but it's not generally good to mess with them while they're sleeping.
Of course. No, I understand. She's back over in the bed and she's under the covers. Good night.
Good night. And he's probably not going to go immediately to sleep after that.
Okay.
He'll tip the hat down a little bit, but he's going to kind of keep an eye a little bit on her.
Okay. So you do so, and you wait for a bit until you hear her breathing start to kind of slacken into sleep breathing, and then you wait a good while after that until you're quite sure she's asleep before you feel comfortable getting any rest yourself.
Yeah.
And you do. And the sun rises on Denver, Queen
We
City
did it!
of the West.
Success.
We level up.
cool.
So what would everyone like to do today? There's a few things that are sort of top of mind here. First of all, you have this weird mysterious box that doesn't seem to be immediately openable, although you can tell there is something inside of it. You appropriated a telegram from a dead man, the bear, that had some lead to maybe being able to figure out, you're guessing where the wraith is. Howell, you took these bracers that the bear was using, the ones that deflect, that shielded his arms and had like long claw-like spikes on the end because you thought they might come in handy, but they are too large for you.
Handy.
Yeah, I didn't do that on purpose. And Gabe, how you doing? How you doing, buddy?
You know, Gabe has been struggling to find purpose in Denver. He had such a clear plan, and I say that, and yet it wasn't all that clear. But he had purpose in Coldwater Creek. He was an important member of the community, even if it was all predicated on a lie. So I guess I think the first thing he would do coming back is like try and get busy again. Probably now that he knows that the other fighters have been removed from the game for the most part.
Because they were all on a train car that got blown up.
They were all on the train, and they were like the best of the best. They were the top tier
Those
fighters.
were the really good fighters in
So-
Denver, yes.
He sees an opportunity for Howell to be basically the champion. Like Howell and as his manager now, I think Gabe immediately goes out and starts to like set up gigs.
Okay. Let's hear some daytime Denver, why not? All right. So that makes sense. Now, any of this business that anyone wants to attend to, I believe you still had the box, the last that we saw. You still have the telegram. Is there anything that anyone wants to attend to that's going to require other people? Like, are you guys pairing up in any way or helping each other out with anything? Or is everyone just sort of striking out on their own?
I need to connect to them for multiple reasons. But Bayou Vermilion is the train company that I need information on.
Yes, their insignia was on the telegram that you found.
And I know the two best information getters that I know are in this hotel somewhere. And I also need a babysitter. So.
And I guess I would probably actually go, like me and Hal would probably go arrange these things together.
I need to, check on Gussie, because I have not seen her in 3 days, so she might not be in town. And I also probably dropped off the horse that we brought at the same place to take care of. Archimedes.
So this horse, and let's talk shop here for a second. This horse was not in great shape. This horse was kept alive and kept from being eaten and kept separate so that it could stay alive, but it was not being well fed. It is a sickly horse. So you guys can keep it, or you can try and sell it for whatever money you can get for this horse.
I honestly, because I imagine when we got back in town, I probably was like, I'll take care of the horse, I'll take it over there and see if it's worth anything or if we can keep it. And I would imagine sold it, because I'm not the best at bartering.
I have a question.
Yes.
How hard would it be to make the horse look healthy for a couple of hours?
Well, that's an interesting question. I don't know that I've ever sat down and thought about what would go into making a horse look healthier for a temporary amount of time.
I've heard a trick.
Okay.
This is a little not safe for work, but I have heard that an old trick is that you take a bit of ginger and put it into the horse's behind, which upsets it but makes it very energetic for a small amount of time.
I think anyone would be
That is how I would
energetic.
react as well. Yes, I would be like, this is upsetting, but I have to keep moving.
But it makes the horse seem to have more vigor than it actually does.
Okay.
So I could see Gabe using this trick to try and get a better deal for the horse.
Okay, well, hold on. Before we talk about any of this, when you came back from your sojourn through the winter plains, that night were you like, hold on, let me go buy some ginger, if I can find some.
No.
Here's what I think
have an
happened.
idea.
Okay.
I think if you were like, I'll go sell the horse, Gabe would be like, all right, no, I'm coming with you.
Well, I think we would be like, no, I'll go put up the horse. We'll go try and sell it in the morning. Like, we were both thinking, there's no way we're gonna try to
You're right. It
do
had
that
been
that night.
tough.
So in the morning, we're like, meet me at the place where we put up the horse, and we will do what we can.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think whatever color the horse is, I go by basically
Gray.
some.
Great.
Well, in that case, I'd probably go buy some flour and stuff, and kind of cover the horse in like a small layer of the flour, just making it look a little whiter than it actually is, instead of gray, and some ginger.
Okay, I don't know about the ready availability of ginger in Denver in 1880.
Oh, not at the Brown Palace?
You probably could get something procured for you at a cost, and it would take a little time.
Unless they had it in the restaurant
I very much
already.
doubt they have it in the restaurant.
What about some ginger beer?
That's what I was thinking. Ginger ales, or sarsaparilla.
I guess it is, right?
Sarsaparilla.
I think of, I guess I'm thinking of ginger as a more exotic thing than it may actually be.
See, I could Google and confirm that this is a real thing, but that would be less fun.
You know what? We'll split the difference. We'll say it is somewhat hard to find, but definitely locatable. And
All right.
and you could probably set someone who works at the Brown Palace the task of finding it.
I
It's
could,
not
I could do a
ginger.
streetwise check. A skill I have never used.
You could actually. Oh, you guys are gonna get ready. You're going to use it. Okay. But first, so that's what you guys are doing. You're gonna meet up at the stable first thing in the morning. Rosaleen, what are you doing?
She would get right to work. So I think that, she wants to figure out what's in this box, but I don't think she's going to like just take the box out and be like, what's in this? Because she doesn't know who might recognize it or where it came from or,
Sure.
How it could incriminate her or anyone else. So I imagine she would go about her business, find a client, and continue to try to just, I don't know, pick people's brains in the area and see if she can find someone who might be able to help her figure out how to open the box.
With the box. Okay.
And also she'd be looking for information on the Baron, or any of the information she actually has.
Okay.
Days.
All right. So, day has dawned, and we will pick up in room 24 of the Brown Palace Hotel.
It's on the second floor.
It is on the second floor, fourth door on the left. You are awakened, James Bogue, by the sound of the door to your room opening and closing and the scent of bacon.
Uh-oh.
And how do you wake up in the morning? Do you bolt out of bed, gun at the ready, like,
My hair!
oh brother, where art thou
Yeah.
reference?
Yes, it was.
Nice. That's my favorite way to wake up. My hair.
I don't. If I hear a door opening,
Okay.
I will not bolt up, but I will, kick up my hat and just quickly. I'll kind of reach where my gun would be.
Okay.
But I would give a quick glance as to what's going on.
So you do that, and you see Claire like just kind of closing the door of the room with her foot, and she's holding like a serving platter with a dome on top of it, and she says, "Oh, sorry, did I wake you? I was trying to. I
How
got us
much-
some breakfast.
How much did that cost?
Oh, well, the nice man downstairs said he would just bill the room." But I thought you seemed tired, so I thought you might want a nice hearty breakfast.
Yeah.
And she kind of brings it over and sets it on the bed and lifts off the dome. And the smell is immediately
very good.
Oh, it's so
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
And it looks it's picture the perfect breakfast after like on a lazy day when you've just had such a hard week and you wake up and it's already made. It's that breakfast, but with like garnish.
Oh, finally, I don't need breakfast soup.
Do you want me to send it back?
Begin.
Oh, okay. And she kind of pulls one plate off of it, because there are two, and just kind of sits it cross-legged on the bed with a plate on her lap and just kind of starts knifing pieces of
Wrap a
ham
big piece
and
of bacon.
some just perfectly cooked eggs.
Yeah. Just start eating it. Just like,
This is pretty nice.
yeah.
Oh man, I wonder what the breakfast is at at Rusty Sal's.
Have you ever had oatmeal?
Yeah.
It's worse.
I just want to say real quick. I try not to go on my phone and do things, but I just Googled it,
Okay.
and I'm spot on about the ginger thing.
Easily available.
As we all thought.
Wikipedia has a thing called gingering, which is the
Oh, you're
practice
talking
of,
about sticking ginger in a horse's ass. Okay.
Yeah, right.
the
course.
practice of making a horse carry its tail high and to a lesser extent to encourage it to move in a lively fashion by applying an irritant such as raw ginger to its anus or vulva.
Raw though.
Historically, the purpose of which was often to make an older horse behave like one that is younger, or to temporarily liven up a sick or weakened animal, was known
incredible.
as fagging, from which the modern term figging derives, and involved a piece of ginger, onion, pepper, tobacco, or a live eel.
What?
Well, that's easy to get.
That feels.
Oh yeah, I mean you can find an eel.
Denver's got
Sorry.
tons of eels.
With our voting.
That was
skill.
too
Yeah.
good not to just...
Denver's
Well,
the city.
hey
You could
guys,
find an onion at the very least.
that is some pergola level information that we all learned today. So take that out into the world with you and do something with
Now
it.
you know.
Treat your horse right.
I'm gonna put some
Don't do that.
ginger in your pergola.
Don't
do that.
All right. So interesting. What would you like to do? You have a lovely breakfast.
Yeah.
She kind of, when you're done, she takes your plate and puts it on the tray and stacks her plate on top of it and puts the dome back on and just kind of walks to the door and sets it down outside and closes the door.
I will make sure those plates are spotless. Like, I'm eating every single last drop.
Oh yeah.
If I'm paying
she didn't eat
for
a
that,
lot of hers, so
Yeah.
you eat hers too.
Yeah, I eat everything.
Past the point of feeling comfortably full.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Yeah, you feel not as great as you did after you finished your plate when you ate, half of her breakfast as well. But
Right.
yeah, you spitefully finish
Like,
everyone's breakfast.
I am he's not a spendthrift necessarily, but he's definitely going to get the most
this
out
place
of
Man
it.
is
doesn't
expensive.
say no to breakfast.
Yeah, no.
No.
Did he get my message?
Well, we started here. Let's
Okay.
zip across to what room number are you guys in?
We're gonna say 507, where there's
Wow.
3 number or just 2?
57.
We're
57.
57.
Room
then.
507 would be on the 50th floor of this hotel.
Room
They're not quite
69.
there. Nice.
There is one of those.
Jokes.
Rosaleen,
Yes.
would you have left in the morning before Gabriel wakes up to get started on your day? Because I'm making I'm jumping to conclusions here. That's not what I was trying to say. But I am assuming, since Gabriel has not been quite as motivated in Denver, that you are not an early riser currently, Gabriel. I don't know if you ever have been. That's not something that I've ever asked you guys before a game session. But I am
Sleep in.
assuming that right now Rosaleen has more drive and
She has
like,
too much drive, so yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
Probably.
Okay. So would you have left before he?
Yeah, especially with this box, I imagine. I mean, she would have gotten enough sleep to make up for everything.
Sure.
But yeah, she'd be wanting to get right to business, especially with everything that happened on that trip.
Okay. So you woke up earlier in the day than James Bogue. Maybe not earlier than Claire, but earlier than James Bogue. And you get dressed, you put yourself together, you take your box, and you head downstairs.
I
Yeah?
know that I would take the box.
Not taking the box.
No, I don't know.
You're not trying to call attention to
Yeah.
it. Right. So you head downstairs. The concierge
It's a big box too, right?
Yeah.
No big deal, but
Don't look at it. You
What
can't see
is
it.
what is your charisma?
My charisma? It's +1.
Could you give me a
+1?
+1?
Coca-Cola?
Good morning, Miss Byrne.
Morning.
Pleasure to see you.
You as well. Any messages or anything?
Not for you, but I do believe that a message was left for your companion.
Oh, well, I can take it to him.
Apologies, Miss Byrne, but it is the Brown Palace's policy that we hand messages only to the person for whom the message was intended.
You know, that's why I like staying here, because you're on top of things here.
Yes, I make it my business to be couchedly neutral to every one of our guests.
It is so good of you.
I did, I rolled neutral.
That's so good of you. Well, I'll tell him that he has a message, unless you're sure you wouldn't like me to take it up to him. I can run right back up there.
No, Miss Byrne, I'm
He's in
quite
the
all
room.
right. I wouldn't want to make an imposition, and it would be dereliction of my duty to pass this task off to someone else. No, I shall remain at my post, and when your companion comes downstairs, I shall deliver the message personally to
But
him.
he may not come down for a while. Is it something real important?
That's
that needs
quite
to be
all
read
right.
Right now.
I do not know, Miss Byrne. I do not read the messages that are left for our guests. That is their privilege.
Well, who left it?
I cannot say. It was not a message left for you, Miss Byrne. I do apologize. I do not mean to seem impolite, but that is the Brown Palace's policy.
course.
Just clarifying, these people judge the hell out of us, right?
Well, her, maybe, kind of. He's being very neutral. His own personal thoughts are not affecting his business demeanor whatsoever.
All right. I'm just saying all the companion talk. I'm kind of like.
He doesn't know what to refer to you guys as. You are clearly not married, but you have stayed here much longer than 1 hour on one night. So he's pretty sure you
But-
are also not
She's probably also stayed with other people.
not here. Oh, you've brought them here?
Me? I don't bring them anywhere. It's where they take me. Yeah. Probably.
You might have gone to a couple other rooms in the Brown Palace, but I don't know
Yeah.
if the concierge would be
Sure, I'm just
100% aware of that. He might suspect, but he probably doesn't know. There's also several private residences in Denver and also business offices that I imagine you have frequented as well. But yes, if you do see him, should you go up to the room before he does come down for the morning, please do alert him that we do have a message for him here at the front desk.
All right. I'll do it.
Apologies, I've been wearing my hat indoors this whole time.
I'll forget you this
in the
once.
presence of a lady.
Forgive me, Miss Bird, I am embarrassed.
Oh, it's all right. But next time I'll be harsher.
I would expect nothing less.
Of course. So she'll go on.
Is there anything that you need today?
Well, actually, do you by chance know of someone who might know anything about ghost steel?
Make a streetwise roll.
Oh boy!
Do you have streetwise?
I do, but I didn't put a whole lot in it. That's a 2. I want to use one of those.
You're using a piece of cursed Spanish gold to re-roll your 2.
Yes!
Very well. As per usual, a 4 is a success.
I rolled a 2.
You rolled a 2 again. Wow, on that and your wild die. Well done. That's a 2-y roll. You're spending a fate chip.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't want to give you
Back into the hat.
any more cursed
Oh, no.
Spanish gold. Oh no! Well, it's just
God.
in the metal, so.
Damn it.
No.
It's in the metal.
It didn't get on the table.
That's an ace!
You aced.
Ooh, it's 11.
Garav, get a rope.
He done spotted the table.
No, I got it in the cup holder.
Oh, he's got you in his sights. You rolled an 11 on your streetwise roll.
Yes.
Well, Miss Byrne, there are several people in the town of Denver who are intimately familiar with Ghost Steel and Ghost Rock and all of its various doings and makings and whatnot. I believe I can point you to someone who might be able to point you to someone who can help you out.
Well, anything's better than nothing.
Okay. So he kind of disappears into, yes.
Quick note.
Yes.
Charisma is added to Streetwise.
Oh.
I got it, 12.
We've never rolled Streetwise before.
I know, and
But
I
we
remember
talked about
looking
that
that
a
up
long
at
time
one
ago.
point, so I just confirmed it.
So you got a 12. Okay, still good. He disappears into the back room for a bit and comes out with a someone you've seen helping people's bags, helping people with their bags up to their rooms. He's not like quite a bellboy. He's fancier than that. He wears white gloves.
He's a bellman.
Yes, he is lead bellman. But he comes over and says, "Where were you looking for something in particular?"
Well,
He mentioned ghost steel.
maybe someone who knows how to craft it or knows how to work with it.
Oh
or-
yes, we have such a person here in Denver. Most people call him the Mad Blacksmith.
Oh, quite a name.
You can find him. Well, he sets up in his shop down by the stables. A lot of smoke comes out of there, so we made him relocate to the edge of town.
All right, well, that's quite helpful. Thank you, darling.
Fair warning, he's a bit of an unusual person.
I'm quite used to unusual folk.
But and don't take me the wrong way. He's not one of those just. Well, yeah, he shouldn't be hard to find. Look for the smoke.
All right, I appreciate your help. She's going to give him a
Oh,
tip.
he's already holding out his hand.
Yeah, mm-hmm.
How much you tipping him?
I gotta think of how much money, 25 cents? Is that a lot?
Well, yeah, he'll take it.
Okay.
Thank you very much, miss.
Well, thank you,
And he
darling.
tips his tiny hat.
Tip him $40.
All right, so you now have the location of the Mad Blacksmith. Are you setting out for that place? You're going to try and find it?
Yeah, I don't think I have a lot of clients this early in the morning, so...
Well, you never know.
True.
So because you rolled so well on your streetwise, I'll say
Only
that
took 3 times.
you can ask people for verification on your way, but you would be able to find your way to his shop with no trouble, we will come back to you.
Okay. Yeah, but let me amend. If I'm
Oh,
going,
yes,
real
please
quick,
amend.
If I'm going to that shop, I might try to take the box because it seems kind of at that point silly to not. But I would try to find a way to like not just be carrying a box out in the open.
Sure, it's hard. It's a big, awkward to hold box.
What I would probably try to do.
And sackcloth guy.
See a sackcloth guy. I would probably try to see if I could get some sort of like cart, or actually, I would probably hire a carriage to take me, and I would put it in the carriage.
Okay. So you head back up to the room.
Oh yes, I do.
Gabe is still asleep.
Look,
Boating.
oh, bowling. Oh, rabbit in the devil.
Grab the box
Look, 5 console wagons.
And you leave?
and let him sleep. Yeah.
Let him sleep.
don't think
He hates pumpkins.
You have died of dysentery.
And you head back downstairs. And are you asking the concierge to
Yes.
hire you a coach?
Yes.
Right away, Miss Byrne. If you would like to wait in the smoking room, I will alert you when your coach has arrived.
Thank you.
Of course. It is my duty, and that is why I'm doing it.
I tip him.
Thank you very much. He pockets it. All right, so you go wait.
How neutral you are.
You go wait in the smoking area / lounge.
Okay.
What's this guy's name?
That's a great question. We did not yet. How rude of you guys. His name is, let's check out the old period specific name generator.
Hotel guy.
That's a name.
No, this
He's
is great.
related to sackcloth guy.
Nicholas Ewalt.
Nicholas Ewalt. Ewalt.
All right, so what time did you guys say you were going to meet up?
I know you didn't ask us about how early we wake up, but Howell usually wakes up pretty early.
You're an early riser.
Used to. Now he's a little later because he drinks a lot, but he hasn't drank in a while.
He's not
Sure.
farming.
Yeah, I'm not farming. There's no reason to.
And you're not so much. Your habit hindrance is not so bad that it would cause you
No.
negative things for not having
No.
had a drink in a while.
So I would probably be like 9. You'd be like no, and I'd be like.
I think I don't mind waking up early. I just don't feel motivation to do it anymore.
Okay.
I think like back in Coldwater, I was like, get up and be on top of things.
Okay.
And I think here it's just like, what am I doing?
Okay.
I'd say 10 then. 10
Okay.
then.
Yeah.
So that's when you guys were gonna meet up.
Yes.
Okay. So
he would know my room.
yes, yes,
Just, I don't know if that matters, but
yeah, because you guys have been having some dealings and fight
Sure.
management and whatnot.
Yeah.
It probably would have
Okay.
come up at least in conversation.
I'm sure
at
I've
some
never
point.
been there, but I at least probably know about your room.
Oh, to a room where a lady lives?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, thank you, sir.
I meant the Brown Palace in particular.
Oh, okay. All right, so we will jump back to James Bogue then. So, do we wait for them to, your friends to come?
We will, let's go downstairs. We can wait in the lobby.
I don't feel comfortable in the lobby.
Why?
Well, it's so richly appointed, and I'm just wearing the clothes that I've been traveling in. It's all I have, really. I feel out of place.
You should never let someone else's idea of who you are, just by way of what you look like, affect how you deal with them.
Is this a lesson?
Just remember that.
All right. All the same, I feel like we draw attention to ourselves.
Then so be it.
Maybe, perhaps, would it be better if I just waited here?
I'd rather keep an eye on you.
I can take care of myself. I did make it to Denver on my own.
You did. That ain't hard.
Well, it's kind of impressive for someone my age and size to have done this.
Was it now?
I thought so. All right, I'll come downstairs with you.
Bogue is judging a 10-year-old girls.
Oh,
Especially-
he's been wronged. All right, so you guys are heading downstairs. And what
Oh,
are you
yeah.
doing? What are you wanting to do? Just wait for Gabriel to come downstairs or
What time
Rose?
is this?
It's after you've left.
Oh, it's after
But
I left.
before 10 o'clock.
I'm gonna wait. I'll probably wait like 20 minutes or something like that. And
Okay.
then I'm gonna just head out on my own, basically.
Well, not on your own.
Yes, with tag along here.
You're taking her with you.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. So you wait for about 20 minutes. We'll say it's like 9 o'clock when he comes downstairs. So there's no sign of Gabriel or Rosaleen at that point.
Kid, what rail line did you take to get to Denver?
Union Blue.
Union Blue. That was out of New Orleans, or?
No, Union Blue doesn't run out of New Orleans.
Where did you originate?
Well, I came out of Virginia.
Virginia.
Hell yeah.
Yes?
All right. And that's where your mama was?
Well, no, that's where we buried her.
She had kinfolk in Virginia?
Yes, my grandfather. He's not a kind man. So that's why I left. And why she left too, I think.
Sorry to hear about your mom.
It's okay, thank you. There sure are a lot of carriages that come by in the city. It's very busy.
Just noticing that.
It's very different from what I'm used to. So should we continue to wait? Or I guess
No, I've got things to do, and you might be able to help me out with it.
oh. Okay.
I figure you should earn your keep if you're going to be tagging along with me until we figure out this whole daughter thing.
You're sure I won't be in the way?
Not yet.
All right. Meanwhile, so where have you guys been waiting? Just in the concierge has just been staring at you the whole time. Let's see how he feels after you actually paid for a room here. What's your charisma, if any?
0.
Big old goose egg.
But I'm intimidating as hell. So.
Yes, you are.
We've got the whole range of charismas.
Yeah.
It's -1, 0, 1, 2.
Well, I'm -2.
You're -2?
Uggo.
Nicholas has been carefully neutral to you this entire time. He is a professional.
He's so
Can we roll it?
neutral.
Reroll.
You want me to re-roll that?
No.
Okay.
Yeah. No,
Don't tease me like
I'll
that.
I'll take neutral.
All right, so where are you heading out with Claire in tow?
I'm going to go to the train station,
Which train station?
Bayou Vermilion.
There is no Bayou Vermilion train station.
Does it come to Denver?
No, Bayou Vermilion is the southernmost rail line in North America.
Okay.
It runs out of New Orleans down through the extreme southwest.
Okay. Then Union, well, whatever will
There
take...
is, however, a rail office for each one of the major rail lines in the city. Union Blue and Black River are the two lines that come to the city. Denver
Okay.
Pacific, a neutral rail line in the rail wars, is really the rail line that owns this city.
Uh-huh.
And they are operated by Smith and Robards.
Oh, okay.
Union Blue and Black River do a lot of posturing in the city, but everyone knows Denver Pacific is really who owns it. Because Union Blue and Black River are here, Wasatch, Iron Dragon, Dixie Rails, and Bayou Vermilion all operate offices here as well. But everyone knows that's mostly just to keep an eye on what their competitors are doing.
Sure.
And since everyone else is here, on what everyone else is doing as well. It
cool
gets
thing-
very tense in Denver.
The cool thing about a rail line run by Smith and Robards is about 1/6 of the time the trains explode.
Blow up. No discernible reason. They're fixing it. So there is probably a Bayou Vermilion office
Okay.
if that's where you want to head.
I'm gonna go to the. I'm gonna first go to the train station.
Which one?
Union Blue.
Okay.
And I'm gonna find what the nearest what the schedule is basically for trains going down south.
Okay. So while you head over there and I have to make up a train timetable, we'll have Howell and Gabe meet up.
Okay, I want to read out detailed the food menu.
Do so.
No, I want you to tell me what's on it.
You said you wanted to read it out loud.
Sure, but I need to know from you what's on it so I can read it.
On the food menu. You got it. It's mostly quail and quail eggs and things that are quail byproducts.
Can we ask chat to fill out the train timetable and the menu of
Sure. If
Go
anyone
nuts,
wants
guys.
to design a train timetable for the Union Blue lines, and you can do it in the next 8 minutes, hit us up.
That would be sweet.
Easy peasy. Sweet.
All right. So are you guys meeting up?
So I think Gabe wakes up, comes down, and heads out to meet.
So you wake up and you head downstairs.
Put on my regular clothes and stuff.
Good morning, Mr. Pryor. Hold on. What is your charisma?
2.
He is being, as always, professionally neutral towards you.
I don't know about the system.
No, I'm just, it's, so you roll 2d6, so statistically you're gonna roll in the middle for neutral.
Oh.
Good morning, Mr. Pryor. Oh, hi, this hat. Where are my manners?
Nicholas, you have got to pick up some better habits as far as wearing hats in front of the patrons.
Of course, I trust your accommodation still suits you?
Yes, they're doing fine.
Well, and he kind of looks around, I should hope so, after you were somehow able to convince management that your rate should be reduced.
Well,
No easy feat, and I must say, though it breaks my careful facade, I am somewhat impressed.
well, Nicholas, I think you will find that everything's open to negotiation if you are willing to just bend the rules a little bit.
Very good, sir. That reminds me, you've a message? And he bends down and comes up with a scrap piece of paper upon which is scrawled Gabriel Pryor. And he hands it to you. I will have you know that your companion, Miss Byrne, wanted to take the message to you, but I steadfastly refused. It is our policy to hand the messages only to the people for whom they were intended.
Well, in the future, if Miss Byrne wants to do anything in my name, she is entirely entitled to do so.
I see.
You can write that down if you feel like it.
No, I feel that will be easy for me to remember.
Well, then
Would you care to read the message?
I will read the message on my own good time.
No,
Thank you very much, Nicholas.
I ask because I will, of course, turn the other way while you do so, so you do not have to worry about privacy in any way.
I am not heavily worried. If you wanted to read the message, you would have
I
had plenty of
don't-
time to do so, but I'm sure with your professional demeanor,
I would like to make it very clear, Mr. Pryor, I do not wish to read your message.
it has never even crossed your mind.
It has not. I've had it with me all morning. You can ask anyone. You can ask Miss Byrne. I did not read it. Please do ask her when she does, because I mentioned it to her earlier that I did not read your message.
Nicholas, I believe you. Here.
Thank you very much.
I toss him a quarter.
Thank you. Again, as always, you can just hand it to me. Thank you.
Now, where's the fun in that? Well, that got meta for a moment.
It did. All right, so you're going to read the message?
Yeah, what did you say in the message?
No, read it out loud to him.
Yeah.
Gabe, it has been a long time. I missed you. No, tell me what it said.
What did it say? We all want to know.
The message says, "This asshat won't let me talk to you. Find me in room 24. I have someone you need to meet."
All right. Well, that's a foreboding for sure. What floor is room 24?
Do you want to do that aloud?
Yes.
Room 24 would be on the second floor. As I believe I mentioned when you checked in, all of the floors are numbered. So all room numbers begin with the floor and then the actual room number.
That's a mighty fun system you said.
We have 10 floors.
I figured that much.
We're very proud.
I guess I'm meeting Howell here, right? Do I have a little time?
You have time enough to meet up with Howell.
You can be late. That's fine.
Yeah, you can't be late.
Well, I figured
Howell
I'd go
loves that.
check the room, and I guess they're not there. So I just go kind of knock and be like, well, this is rather typical.
So as you're thinking about this down in the lobby, you can hear gentle music coming from the dining area. But something seems different in some way. Something feels off. Something about the noise from the dining room seems different.
All right, well, I'll go
And all the
just
carriages.
scope out the dining room.
All right.
These carriages out of the dining room.
So you step into the
bustling
dining
city.
room, and you can hear that the thing that sounds different is that the piano music has changed, and everything seems quiet in the dining room. And you open the door, and you realize everything has gone quiet except for this piano playing this one song. And looking into the dining room, you see there are several early morning diners that are all sitting frozen at their tables. And you can see the piano at the far end of the room, and you see the person playing it, but his hands are not on the piano, and the piano is playing this song by itself.
I walk over towards the piano.
So you kind of pick your way through the crowd of people, and as you walk, you're just passing people who are just paused mid-conversation or mid-bite. Everything seems still.
I walk. I also have my cane with me. That
Okay.
I'm walking with.
You walk over to the piano. and-
I'm beelining the piano.
Sure. And as you get closer, you can see that the keys are playing on their own, but this is not a player piano. You can tell that very clearly. This is a very nice grand piano.
Is the piano player for himself
He's frozen. His hands are above the keys, and they're just playing themselves. And out of the corner of your eye, you catch a candle on a table, and you can see that the flame itself is frozen. It's been caught mid-flicker. Everything in here seems to be completely still.
Gabe just kind of looks around. He tips the hat off of a random diner.
Falls off.
All right. I don't know who you are, what's going on. But I've dealt with things like this before, and you are not going to catch me off guard, whoever you are making this happen.
The piano starts to play louder. Same song, same rhythm, just increasing in intensity.
Gabe is gonna go over and he just kicks the piano away from the piano player.
So you go over to the piano, and you rear back to kick it.
Yeah.
Make an agility roll for me.
All right.
Make it at a -2.
Whoa! I got a 1 with the -2.
Do you want to keep the 1?
No. I'm going to use. You know what? I'm going to use a fate chip. 'Cause
Okay.
I like using fate chips.
Okay.
To re-roll it.
All right. And that adds a +2, so that gets rid of
Yes,
the
it
penalty.
does. All right, so that's a 4 with the +2.
All right, you roll a 4.
And the -2, so.
So you go over to kick it, and as you swing back your foot, you see the piano just rotate really quickly, and it sends the piano player just sort of falling off to the ground. And the piano actually leans forward, and the case over the keys opens up and then snaps shut right where your foot would have been. but you saw it happening just in time, and you keep your foot from moving, and the piano just tumbles all the way to the ground with a loud crash. And all of a sudden, everything snaps back to life. The piano player just falls to the ground and is like, oh, what? And one man stands up in the middle of the dining area and points at another man. He says, all right, that's it. I've had it with your rebel sympathizing while I am trying to eat. Let's do this. And he just runs over and just punches that guy in the face. And you see people all over the dining room stand up. And you can tell there are Northerners and Southerners in here, and all of a sudden, everything in the dining room of the Brown Palace Hotel breaks out into an all-out brawl.
My little girl should not be here for this. That's why I took her out.
All right.
He's embracing it.
Yeah.
Gabe kind of turns and like looks into this, like, just tries to assess the entire situation, and then
People are fighting all around you, and the piano player stands up and he says, did you just shove me, mister?
Now, don't jump to any conclusions here.
All right, yeah, I have had a terrible morning. This is happening. And he just rears back and goes to punch you.
Okay.
So what are you doing?
I think I kind of hold up my cane and kind of like try and block the...
Okay, I'm just gonna have him make a fighting roll.
Sure, I think that seems fair. He rolled a 2. I have more than 2.
Okay, great,
That's
for
my
your parry. Look, but not a whole lot more than 2.
No,
so he
I
goes
have
over
2 more than 2.
to punch you, and you just bring your cane up to block his fist, and he strikes right on the cane, which is not actually made of wood. It's a secret gun, so it's made of very hard metal, and he just goes down to his knees, clutching his hand, but he looks up at you, and you can see that this haze of red has just descended over him, and all of a sudden, everything turns super dangerous in the dining room. You can see people are picking up forks now and are now attacking each other. It's turning into a melee here.
This feels like stuff like the Helpening and stuff. Does it feel like there's something extra?
You don't even have, something is obviously strange here, but you are fearing for your own safety. You don't have a lot of time before this is gonna be on you as well. PEG Clint, thank you very much for the sub. Please let us know who you would like your sub reroll to go to at the table. Thank you, Clint.
All right. So, okay, here's the question I have.
Okay.
I think Gabe's instinct in situations like this is to, like, try and give a speech to calm everybody down.
Oh, that does not
But
seem...
that doesn't seem...
People are out for blood here.
Like, this seems insane. No, I like it, but... So, what I think Gabe is going to do is...
You're in a fight or flee kind of situation here. Unless, hold on, I interrupted you. What did you want to do? Because it could be a cool third option.
No, I mean, I was basically gonna just like whack the piano player with the cane and then make my way out the back door.
Yeah, I'll say you can. He is crippled by that strike
it's
against
less
your
of
cane.
I'm like trying to hurt him and more of a just like jab him in the stomach kind of thing and like get the fuck out.
All right,
you know?
So you do that and you just run for. You can see a side door to get out of here, and you start running for it. And as you do, just before you leave, you hear all the sounds of fighting stop. And as you're running out the door, all at once, like they're all speaking in unison, you hear the diner say, "You have a nice day now, Gabriel." And you run out into the streets of Denver.
Wait, can we all do that for him?
You have a nice day now, Gabriel.
Briar. Oh,
Gabe-
what's his last name? Sorry.
Gabe is like trying to hold himself together and not be like bothered by this, but I think it is very much like oh god, this stuff has followed me.
Chat unlocked a dear friend. So a dear friend stopped in to say hi, Gabriel Pryor.
You're confused about what dear friend means.
This doesn't sound like Luigi.
Yeah.
Unless.
I mean, it could be.
Gabe basically runs out the back, and as soon as he's out, he like throws himself like against a wall, and it's just.
Make a guts roll for me.
All right. Guts. What do I got? I got a D6 in that, and then I get 2 for my.
And
grit.
this is at a -2, so just
Then
no
I get
no bonus.
nothing. But I rolled a 5.
Okay.
So.
You take some time to compose yourself.
All right. Okay. We knew we were gonna deal with this eventually. I've gotta find Howell. And I gotta find Rose. Gabe talks to himself throughout the whole thing. And then just quickly tries to make his way around to the front of the building where he's supposed to be meeting up with Howell.
Okay. You make your way over there, and Howell is, unless you were late, I think you're standing there probably waiting out front of the
Yeah.
Brown Palace.
I'm meeting out front. Okay, yeah. So you come around from the side instead of the front?
Yeah, and I think I'm speed walking too. I kind of come right up on you and put a hand on your back and walk and talk, Hal.
What? What happened to you?
Just let's get away from here for a moment.
But don't.
As fast as we can.
All right, I'm walking.
Hal,
What happened to you?
I don't think we're safe here.
What? What are you talking about?
Did you hear the commotion coming out of there?
I didn't hear anything. I've
When
been standing outside for 10 minutes now.
When we look back at are there still people fighting and stuff, or is that all ended?
You can see through the front windows into the dining room in the Brown Palace, and you see a bunch of diners all sitting around and enjoying a very nice, pleasant breakfast.
Just
calm down for just a moment.
Did you see people fighting each other in there?
See people fighting in the brown.
All of them just stood up and talked to me.
In the brown. No, I didn't see anything. If I heard fighting, I would have came running. But
How? I can't mistake what just happened.
what just happened?
Chaos has come back and he has spoken to me.
Did you catch a fever last night?
No! God damn it, Howell, I'm not insane. You were there in that cave. You know that this is a real problem.
Well, I know what happened in that cave, but look around. All right, there's nothing happening here.
You're right. But a moment ago, it was happening. I am not crazy. I'm sure it was happening.
I didn't call you crazy. I'm just calling it like I sees it. All right. I didn't see any fighting. I didn't hear any fighting. You came out from the back of the building yelling at me, and I don't know what's happening.
This goddamn town's no safer than anywhere else. Look, Hal, I've thought this for a while, but we're not going to be able to stay here long, so let's find whatever information it is we need and figure out whatever our next step is.
Are you sure you're gonna be all right?
Yes, I'll be fine.
The devil beat the hell out of you.
Where's that horse you brought back?
You have it at the stables, right?
Yeah, it's at the. We just gotta go to the stables. That's where I left it last night.
Well, I think perhaps we should take a trip by the general store first.
Why?
Don't you worry too much about it.
We need to see if they have ginger or an onion or a live eel.
Don't ask.
All right, let's go.
All right, so you guys are heading to. Now, there are several shops and stores in Denver. This is not a one general store kind of town. They got at least two.
That'd be awesome.
Well, I'm going to go to the 7-Eleven.
Okay, cool.
I know this one shop, Piccadilly Noms.
Let's go to Piccadilly Noms.
That's not a real place. Fine, Piccadilly Noms. Writing it down so it's canon, even if it is silly.
Suddenly, in Denver, a Piccadilly Noms shoots up.
Killing multiple people.
We always used to go to Piccadilly Noms.
Everyone just assumes it has always been there. So you guys are heading over to Piccadilly Noms, which is a little bit of a nicer establishment. It's in the same neighborhood as the Brown Palace.
Is it like a Piggly Wiggly or?
No, nicer.
Okay, good.
Will both of you make a notice roll for me, please?
All right.
Not twice.
Oh my gosh, run away, die.
I noticed bad.
Ace.
All right.
Kind of noticed bad.
That was a 1 and a 2.
You do notice
It looked
bad.
like you-
I don't notice so good.
I got a 7.
A 7.
No, you noticed.
Okay.
I'm going to use actually, he noticed, so I'm going to say that I'm a little off my game.
Yeah.
For a moment.
I'm thinking you might still be a bit shook.
I'm all shook up. There's
So-
a demon thing.
As you guys are walking towards the Piccadilly Noms, Howell, you start to get the distinct impression that you are being watched. At first you feel it kind of, you're a bit uncomfortable in this city. You're not used to living in cities, and you haven't acclimated super well yet.
Okay.
There's a lot of people here, and it can feel cramped sometimes.
Okay.
But for a while, you kind of shake it off, but then it keeps happening like that. You can feel the hairs on the back of your neck.
Okay. How busy are the streets, except for all those carriages going?
There's a lot of carriages. It's not crazy busy.
Okay, cool.
It's still very cold.
Okay.
So there are people bundled up and going about their business. It's still
Okay.
very active, but it's not as busy.
Okay. When we reach the front of Piccadilly Noms, I want to slow down for a second. She's like, hold on, I'm just gonna stand out and smoke for a little bit if you want to just chat. Noms, he doesn't like me smoking inside, so.
His name is Noms?
Noms?
Noms.
Richard Noms,
Yep.
owner
I mean-
of Piccadilly Noms.
Obviously.
All right.
And then when I don't see anybody around me and Gabe, I'm just gonna look at him. Well, I'm gonna look around while still talking. Just
Okay.
Uh,
So you rolled a 7?
yeah.
Okay, and then are you gonna go inside?
Well,
and-
yeah, I'll be like, well, if you'd rather smoke, I'll step inside. I just want to pick up a few supplies before we pawn off that horse we have acquired.
Sounds fine. I'll be here.
All right. So you walk inside. You just kind of scan the street real cautious-like. And you see, sort of down the street and where it turns the corner and goes down another block, you see what looks like a woman with her hair tied back. It's hard to tell at this distance. She looks like a youngish brunette. She's wearing pants and a blouse. So she looks like she looks very utilitarian. And she is staring at you. But as soon as you see her, and she sees that you see her, she kind of starts and turns and walks down the street and out of you.
Does she look a lot like Howell?
No.
We've all got daughters. Daughter
You
fight.
get a daughter, and you get a
I
daughter.
don't remember having a daughter.
Well, you have one. You probably just forgot.
Her name is Claire.
Oh.
Well, that's.
And you died in Virginia.
Yep.
I'm a ghost! Explains many
I'm not gonna go after her or anything. I'm just gonna make
Okay.
note of what she was wearing and the direction she was heading.
Okay. So it doesn't take you long to find an onion.
An onion will do.
Yep.
So you
Sharpest onion in the store.
walk outside holding an onion.
Yeah, I put the onion in the pocket of my coat.
What'd you get?
Nothing to concern yourself with. A couple things I picked up for Rose at her request.
All right.
Feminine products.
That's fine. I won't ask questions about that.
See? I know he wouldn't ask questions.
Yeah.
P.E.G. Clint would like to give their sub piece of cursed Spanish gold to Gabriel Pryor.
Yeah! Thank you,
Did I give
Clint.
you Vampire 54s earlier on in the?
No.
I don't
I
think
didn't.
so.
No.
Well, Vampire
What?
54 wants to give their reroll to James Bogue.
Me?
Yes.
You should give him 2 because you forgot.
Nope.
That's how the rules work.
Nope.
Chat.
They don't.
Let Jordan know that he should give me 2 because he forgot.
I'm still not going to do it.
And I think I'm going to make an ally show up now.
Yeah.
Because I'm trying.
Oh my God! I dare you.
Does this onion look good? I want an ally to make sure.
A tragic one. All right.
It's canary, and they explode.
So you have an onion.
All right. Where's it you're keeping that horse around?
Stable's on the edge of town. The city, I suppose. Forget the name.
All right. How about you take me there, and on the way, let me just say that when it comes to negotiating on the price of horses, I would appreciate it if you let me do the talking.
If you can get us more than a couple dollars for that deadbeat crowbait of a horse, I mean, I will be amazed.
Yeah, phrases like that are things I don't want you saying in front of the people we are trying to sell horses to. In fact, if you stay outside and smoke yourself one of your nice cigarettes, I believe that, no. Actually, perhaps I could use a little bit of your celebrity to our advantage.
Celebrity?
Yeah, people know Howell and Howell Melton. We say you won the horse in a fight, it would make sense that we're trying to get rid of it. We want some more liquefiable cash to turn into the drink you're so well known for drinking. No offense meant.
Mitchell, is that Howell and Howell Melton across the street over there?
Hey, Howell and Howell! I won a lot of money on your fight the other day. Mitchell lost a lot of money because he's an idiot. You're really good at fighting.
Thank you kindly.
Now, if you want autographs, you can find us after a match at one of our official signings.
Oh, we'll have to do that.
What?
Good luck on your next fight, Howell and Howell. Mitchell, don't be such a sourpuss.
Sounds like you're saying Howl and Howl.
Howell,
Howell and Howell.
Raise a
Howl
glass.
and Howl.
Raise a glass.
At the law firm of Howell and Howell.
We have a toast from Vampire 54.
Oh.
Yeah.
To all the unlocks.
To all the unlocks.
Set them up and knock them down.
Thank you guys.
We love you guys.
It's true.
Sure. 100%.
All right, so you guys have the onion. You're gonna let him do the talking, ostensibly.
Yeah.
And you're gonna head over to the stables. Let's pick up with Rosaleen Byrne.
Okay.
So you are heading down the street. You've asked for directions a couple times, but you're heading over to.
I'm in a carriage.
What?
I'm in a carriage.
Right. Oh yes, you're in a carriage. I forgot. Well, the carriage driver knows exactly where to go. He's stopping for directions sometimes if he gets confused. I forgot you had hired a coach.
I'm not gonna carry that box. I made other people even carry it downstairs.
A life coach.
So you are you looking out the windows
Yeah.
as you go?
Yeah.
Make a notice roll.
All right. Make sure I have
Look
the
silly.
right
My
die.
ears all like.
What is
That's
wrong?
good. Good look.
A 2.
Thanks.
You want a
Reroll.
table piece of cursed Spanish gold?
Yes.
All right. All right. This.
All right.
No, no good.
I want to notice things.
Can you do a better one?
Yeah.
All right. Another piece of cursed Spanish gold here.
I really want to notice something. I can't notice anything.
Keep rolling a 1 and a 2.
I got a 3.
Okay.
Can I add my charisma?
To your notice roll?
Yeah.
No, but you can re-roll. You guys have all these tables.
Yeah, there's all the. Take them.
If you bat your
said,
eyelashes.
You said it. I'll do it.
They're yours.
Okay.
If I was here, I would give you a fate chip, and yet
I take your
I am
permission
trying to
get
sell a dirty horse.
That's a 1.
another 3.
You had a 3.
I'll use another reroll.
Okay.
I really want to notice. Let me notice. I did it. I got a 5. I noticed.
Did it.
As you are exiting the business area of Denver and heading
This is good.
and heading off
penny.
towards the outskirts,
Yes, a penny. Oh,
like
dang
and
it.
it's heads up too.
Yes.
You see,
Lucky.
stepping out of what
on the
looks
pin?
like what?
Who's on the penny?
I have no idea. Woodrow Wilson from the future.
Whoa, cool.
You see, stepping out of a business office, a short, older man with a white, well-manicured goatee who is attended by a taller, younger man who is wearing a gray ascot and seems very full of himself. You're driving by Carlton Harris and Zachary Driscoll stepping out of a business office in Denver.
What? How did they not die?
Okay.
You can see them. You can see them coming out of the building as your carriage goes down the street. This would be Carlton Harris, the mining magnate who all but owned Coldwater Creek, and his insufferable attendant, Zachary Driscoll.
Well, we fixed that, didn't we? Doesn't own much of anything now.
That's true.
Yeah, we killed everyone.
Chat unlocked the Weaver's descendants, and here they are.
I don't understand.
Yeah, I know.
Fighters?
No. Athena was known as the goddess of weaving, and descendants is another name for a scion.
That's right. And Arachnia was like, I'm better than Athena.
Too many mythology stories. That's not pertinent.
And so she turned
It's a
her
great
into
story.
a spider.
They are standing outside his business office and having a conversation, and your carriage is approaching.
Well, I would draw the curtain.
Okay. Make a stealth roll.
Really? Meow.
Does anybody have stealth in our party?
I do.
No.
You do?
I do.
So we have stealth. We're stealthy.
Nah.
5.
5? You want to stick with it?
Yeah.
I'm just checking. I'm going to spend a piece of cursed Spanish gold.
Yeah, And I was real good about it.
Ooh, that's
Dang
an
it.
ace on a d8.
Jordan aces, everybody.
That's an 11.
So,
I had
exclamation
real
point,
well through my
ace.
lace span.
exclamation point, aced, space plus, aced.
As you're riding by, and you draw the curtain, Zachary Driscoll, who was speaking with Mr. Harris, just kind of glances over at your carriage and sees you for just the briefest of moments before you draw the curtain. And you can tell in that split second your eyes meet, you see a shock of recognition go across his face. And you see him turn back to Mr. Harris, and you draw the curtain and move on down the street.
Yes.
I'm sure this won't come back to
Nope, they
bite
don't know
you
where
in
I
any
am.
way.
They don't know where I'm going. They can't follow my carriage.
Thank you, chat, for unlocking the Weaver's Descendants. I'm sure we'll see what happens as a result of that later on. Thank you, guys. So you're heading towards
Carlton
the outskirts of town.
Yes,
All right.
to the Mad Blacksmith near the stables.
Yes. So things start to smell way worse,
You should keep doing the fan.
and you find yourself
Do it a little more like this way.
do it that way. Yeah.
It's pretty. It's surprisingly
That's
helpful.
real nice.
Yeah,
You find yourself heading out
even with the lace.
into a rougher neighborhood. And you start to smell smoke. And then you start to see smoke just as a haze when you open up the windows. Just like everything in this area is smoky. And you hear clanging and machine noises and horses and people shouting. This seems to be a like an industrial area of the town.
I'm instantly fascinated.
Miss, we're here.
Wonderful. I will get out and ask him.
He comes out and offers you a hand to get
thank
you out
you,
of the
Curse.
carriage. Of course.
I will tip him. Wait, but first I will ask him to take the box into. I assume I can. The smoky place is where I want to go.
You tip him and then ask him to take
No,
the box?
no. I would ask him to take the box first.
Oh, yes, of course. I do have other fares.
Well, of course
I-
you do. I just. It's so heavy for me. I can't quite get it. I would be very appreciative if you would just take it inside for
Make
me.
a persuade roll.
Okay. Where's my persuade? 6.
6. Okay. All right,
You're
but
quite kind.
just real quick. So he
Thank you so
gets the box and kind of takes it over to a building that just has like two chimneys, and both are just belching black smoke, and you can just feel the heat coming off of this building.
Ooh,
I think
I can
this is
actually feel it.
I think this is the place.
Authentic.
Yes, it looks quite like the place. So I'll just have him, I guess, set it inside, and then I will tip him.
Okay, well the door is locked.
Okay, we'll just set it on the pouch then, I suppose, or with the front.
Just the dirt outside.
Set it on the dirt here in front of this weird building, please.
Sure. Yes. Right away, miss.
Thank you, darling. And yeah, I'll tip him.
Thank you so much. That's very kind of you.
Thank you for going out of your way for me.
Of course. It's nothing. All right. Good day to you.
Good day.
And he gets on his coach and leaves. You can hear some sort of strange noise coming from inside. It sounds like there's rhythmic pounding, but there's also like machine
Do I
noises
hear people?
Nope,
too?
just
Are there any windows?
no,
There are no windows?
no.
And, I mean, it's loud, right? I mean,
Yes.
I'll try to knock.
Okay.
That's a good knock.
Thanks.
That felt good sound.
There's no response.
I'll knock louder. Sorry, I apologize.
You hear the clanging sound stop.
It's good. It can take it.
Hello?
And then the door is just thrown open in front of you, and all of this thick black smoke comes belching out. James B, 1971, thank you very much.
James B!
Hey,
Holy
thank you,
crap!
James.
I believe that puts us at the point where Blood and Guts has been unlocked for you guys next session.
Whoa!
So, thank you
crap.
very much, chat. I will make a note of that. You guys will be going into the next session able to re-roll damage with
like
fate
it.
chips. So,
Wow.
thank you
Okay,
guys.
visual image clarification. Have you guys seen Christmas Story?
Yes.
You know,
Yes, when he comes out of
the
the-
dad comes out from the basement where he's been fighting the furnace, and it's just this like,
Sure. Black
how I
smoke
see
comes just pouring out, and so does what looks like a giant beast. Make a spirit roll for me, please.
Spirit roll?
Yeah, I don't want this to be a guts roll, but I do want to see what happens. This.
Ooh.
Ace! I say.
11.
Okay.
Yes, I
All right.
say.
So there is just this giant man beast that comes out and has like. At first you can't tell what's happening, and it takes you aback. But you've seen strange things, so you manage to stay in place, and you see that this is just a sinewy, well-built man who seems to have some sort of strange like contraption on his face, just covering his entire. Imagine this, but it's everywhere. And he's
Just everyone.
and he's just it's goggles everywhere, and he's wearing a leather apron, and then just nothing else besides pants. He's just got this broadly muscled like torso, and he's holding a giant hammer, and he just stands there breathing at you,
I'm turned on.
and you hear something that sounds like.
I can't understand you.
And he pauses for a moment and stands there, and then seems to realize where he is and starts unbuckling bits of thing on him, leaving just his goggles on, but taking off what you now see as a gas mask. He says, "Oh, I'm sorry. Sometimes I forget that I am still wearing this." Hello?
Hello.
This is classic Jordan in
Are you the mad blacksmith?
You know, I really don't understand why people insist on calling me that. I am very even-tempered. I'm always very pleasant and polite to people. I am always having a good day. I am not a mad person. I don't. I
I
don't.
must say, darling, you kind of make an entrance. That might be part of
Oh,
it.
oh, this. No, I am just working.
Do you come out like that a lot?
Well, I don't typically come out when I am working, but, you know, I heard someone knocking, so I was like, I should get the door. But I was kind of in the middle of things, so...
I apologize to take you out of your work.
Oh, it's quite all right. Well, or is it? Let's see.
I hope his last name's Calabra.
What is your charisma bonus? It's +1, right?
Calabra.
It's fine for such a lovely young woman as yourself. It is okay. Are you needing something?
Yes, I actually needed some help with something.
Oh, well, if there is anything that I can do to help, I, of course, will help you. You mustn't call me Mad Blacksmith, though.
Yes, do you have
please.
an actual name?
Yes, Robt Bernhardt.
What was that again? Rops?
Robt Bernhardt.
Bernard.
Yes, in the usual way it is spelled R-O-B-T. Bernhardt.
Of course, yes, I've
It's
come-
a bit of an unusual name for this area.
yes, well, I know that myself.
Please come inside. I will leave the door open so that all of the smoke comes out, and I will turn down the forge.
I appreciate that. Actually,
Okay.
though, before you go inside, I'm hearing about this box here that is at the front of your building.
Oh! Well, that doesn't look like a box. It looks like a big steel block.
Well, there seems to be something inside that big steel block, and I was curious if you know how to get it open.
Oh, hold on a moment. And he kind of
I've
goes
heard
down
you
and...
are the ultimate expert on it.
Oh, well, yes, I am. There are not many people who know how the workings of this metal as much as I do, because now that I look closer, I see that this is a ghost steel.
Is it?
Yes.
You are quite smart, aren't you?
No, and he kind of just adjusts his hammer. I do try. Please, bring it inside. Well, wait, first let me get the bellows going, and I will air it out a bit.
I appreciate that. Very kind.
And you see the chimney just start like belching out all of the smoke, and it comes whooshing out the door as well, and you just hear him like grunting in there like, ha, ha, ha. And eventually it starts to clear, and you can see inside of his workshop. Okay, it should be breathable now. Please come inside.
All right.
Bring your box.
Of course. I will bring it inside and look at everything that there is to look at.
There's just a bunch of like, you just see metal implements all over the wall, some of which are familiar to you as workman's tools, some of which just look completely strange. But a lot of it seems to be made out of the same material that,
Boxes?
that the box
I want to
is.
go up to one of the strange ones and just say, What do you use this for?
Oh, that one I use for when I need more torque on some things. I set that up with my hammer, and I use it to, you wrench it, and it spins the things,
What is it that you make here?
Oh, this and that. I potter. So you have the box.
Yes, I do, and I don't know how to get it open.
He kind of picks it up with like one ham hock hand. It's like,
Yes, there's something inside of this. I can hear it.
It seems that way. Do you know how to open such a thing?
Well, as you see, it doesn't appear that there is a way to open the box.
But there must be if there's something inside it, right?
Yes, very astute, miss. Yes, there must be. Unless someone built a box around something, but that is silly. Because then you cannot get the thing out of the box.
Right? Do you think you could get it open? I have heard that you're the best one to come to, so if anyone could, it'd be you.
Well, I could do two things.
All right.
I could destroy the box, but maybe I would destroy the things inside of it too, so maybe that is not the best idea.
I don't think so.
Or I could try and find a way to open the box.
That sounds lovely if you can do it.
Okay, I will try that one.
I appreciate it.
Okay, I have a theory.
What is it?
Where did you find this box?
Well, actually, it was sent to me by a distant relative.
I see. Okay.
They didn't say anything about
Shush, I'm sorry, miss, but I'm thinking.
Pardon me, then.
Okay, so I have a box, but there's no way to open the box. Or is there a way to open the box? Maybe is a secret way to open the box. Did we think about that? It's a secret box.
I don't think I would have ever thought about that without your help.
Okay, so...
This is my favorite at BC.
Of all time.
Ghost...
Well, after Canary.
Yes.
Well done.
Ghost steel? I wonder. Ghost steel. What do you know about ghost steel, Miss Byrne? And he kind of takes it over to a giant, metal, what looks like a boiler in the corner, and you can see it connects up to one of the chimneys.
Well, I don't know much about it at all, except that I assume it comes from Ghost Rock, but you're the expert, that's why I'm here.
It is very resilient to heat, you know.
Is it?
Yes. So I'm wondering if I have done some reading. And I'm thinking there might be a way to hide something with the heat. Because, you don't need normal heat to work with ghost steel. No, you have to burn ghost rock.
Do you have Ghost Rock to burn?
I do. Do you see this mask hanging on the wall over there?
Yes.
You are going to want to put that on.
All right.
And it looks like a gas mask kind of thing that you can put over your nose and mouth.
I will put it on.
And he kind of reaches down to a table which also has something similar to that and buckles it around his mouth. And he goes over and just sort of starts like pumping on a bellows, and you see, well, you feel before you see it, an intense heat start to grow in this boiler, or whatever it is. See, what I have in here is a burning ghost rock boiler, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open this hatch here, and some very intense heat is going to come out. So you might want to stand in the corner.
I will go all the way back as far as I can.
Okay, all right, you are clear.
Now I will open it, and as he does that, this gout of blue flame just shoots out of it. He says,
Oh, it's a live one today.
and he just kind of takes the box and just sort of shoves it in.
That won't hurt.
And then
what's
closes it.
inside it, will it?
No, it's fine. Just give it a few seconds. So how is your day so far?
Well, it's just started, and I must say it's been quite interesting.
Oh, yes, I've had an interesting day as well. Someone brings me a secret box. Okay, that should be good. And he opens the thing and grabs like some large tongs from the wall and kind of like reaches in and seems to secure the box, and he pulls it out and dumps it onto the floor, and you can see even the dirt is smoldering around this. So the box, when you saw it get ejected from the train, it came out of a burning fire, but it was barely warm to the touch. Now you can see that it is superheated. It is red, like you would imagine heated metal should look. But as it starts to cool, you can see that it actually cools around what looks like some sort of panel on the front of the box that just has a single button that is revealed on it. This is as I thought. Someone has built a kind of like very well integrated mechanism into this. Would you mind if I press the button?
No, please do.
Okay. And he goes over and puts on like a glove that seems to be made out of some material you are unfamiliar with. and just really gingerly reaches down and presses the button and then removes the glove, which you can see is immediately smoking. You hear some mechanical clinking and whirring from inside of the box, and then from out of the side, a small panel that you didn't notice was even there before sort of slides to the side, and what looks like a tiny dictaphone just rolls out of it on kind of like an extended metal arm.
Tell me what that is.
You know, like, picture like an old-timey record player that has like that giant like audio horn coming out of it. Just a small version of that.
Okay.
Oh, now this is quite clever. This appears to be some sort of acoustic resonating mechanism.
What does that mean?
Well, if you look at it, it appears to want a certain series of sounds, which will then unlock the box.
Well, this is a very...
Make a notice roll. But what sounds would it be?
Ace! 9.
9.
Yeah.
So you can see what he cannot.
Oh.
That on the back of the box, there is something else that has been illuminated. And it looks like in the residual heat from the ghost rock flame, there are some words that are written on the back of the box. Yeah, I don't know, unless you said it was your aunt that sent you the box, and she did not tell you a thing to say into the box or a way to open it.
Yes, my
Is your aunt okay?
No, she died.
Oh, condolences.
I appreciate that. I didn't know her well, so still sad though.
Everyone raise a glass. We have a toast from James V, 1971.
But I'm out.
Let the good times roll.
Symbolic.
Let the good times roll. Set him up and knock him down.
A little bit left.
I'm just out. There seems to be something written on the back here.
What?
Yes.
Oh, yes, you are very astute. Okay, let me see. Hold on, stand back. It's still very hot.
All right.
And he kind of leans down. He says, okay, I can see it's words in English. Is your aunt English?
Yes.
Oh, lucky you. It says, I can sizzle like bacon. I'm made with an egg. I have plenty of backbone, but lack a good leg. Okay, so your aunt died, you said, right? But she maybe was having some brain problems before then.
Like I said, I didn't know her. She just left this box to me when she died.
Okay, yes, it seems to be a nonsense thing that is written back here.
Well, I think it's a riddle, darling.
Oh, yes, it could be a riddle. Okay, hold on. One more time. I will read it to you because it's starting to fade. I can sizzle like bacon. I'm made with an egg. I have plenty of backbone, but lack a good leg. Okay, now you and I are going to have a sync here. And let's cut back over to James Bogue.
Maybe.
I got it. Oh.
All right, so you head over to the Union Station, and they happily relate the timetable to you.
Great.
The Big Bessie arrives at 14 o'clock and departs at 14:15 for New Jersey. However, that one is typically 4 minutes late. Trains run every 12 minutes and serve boiled peanuts, brunch soup for the fancy folks. Biggest route is the Black River from Denver to Dodge, scheduled to arrive at 14:27, but held up by the Big Bessie, which again is always late. Arrives at Dodge 8 hours later. All stops take 8 hours. And then Dodge to St. Louis, which then either a boat north to Ohio or a boat south to Little Rock to New Orleans. You could also take the Texas Trail from Dodge to San Antonio, and then you could get to Bayou Vermilion headquarters from there.
Yes!
So thank you to Chad
Well played, Chad.
for the timetable there, and thank you to Tyler for transcribing that.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you. That's
I
so
can't wait for the
cool.
menu to show up now.
I'm very impressed.
So there's a lot of ways to get to Bayou Vermilion, but not a direct route. Also, I've heard they're just a terrible rail line.
Plenty of
Most certainly. What can you tell me about? They're here on. Well, as far as I've heard, it's Denver Pacific's town. Am I?
I don't know that that's entirely accurate, no. I mean, Denver Pacific does operate a lot of things out of here, but I would say Union Blue operates just as much, if not more.
Why is Bayou Vermilion even in this town then? If Union Blue's
Oh,
got it?
you know how it is. I mean, really, Denver is a Union Blue town through and through. Ask anyone, they'll tell you. But you know, the other rail lines, they didn't think to build a railway to Denver. You know, silly in retrospect.
Sure.
But here they are. I'm sorry, what are you guys, what's
Sorry,
going on?
I'm trying to
We're
figure out-
chatting.
You guys figuring stuff out?
Yeah.
You figuring out some riddle stuff?
Maybe.
There's
I'm just
riddles.
kidding. You guys are great. They,
I know we're mic'd, so
Yeah, we are.
sorry.
they,
I don't know. They all just want to keep up and just they're all here to spy on Union Blue mostly.
What's the station he's at?
He's at Union Blue
I meant,
Station.
yeah. What was the line that came in here a couple days ago? I think from. Where did she come from? From New Orleans?
She said Virginia.
From Virginia. From Virginia. What train came in from Virginia a couple days ago? It was the
From Virginia?
from Virginia. Yes, I believe it was a Union Blue.
Union Blue doesn't operate a train in from Virginia.
No.
No. No, that would be more of Dixie Rails. Hold on. Why were you asking?
Well, that is my cousin.
Who is?
Claire?
She gone.
If you had waited for Gabe, I think Gabe's opinion would have been that you are being conned. Like no question.
Yeah.
Well, in Bogue's mind, problem solved.
Oh boy.
Check your shit.
Yeah.
Well, the only thing I care about is my gun, and unless she's going to go to the...
Does she have your claim slip?
Ticket.
No. I don't have my claim slip.
You
I didn't even know
You should have
I didn't even know I needed it.
Threw it away immediately.
Okay.
What's this?
I
Shape
don't
of trash.
need it. Everybody will know it's my gun.
Anywho, yeah. So I look around and I go, "Thank you kindly, sir."
Yeah. You tell your friends back at Dixie Rails that we don't really care if they're messing around or not. This is a Union Blue town. Ask anyone.
Oh boy.
And I just tip my hat as I move on, and I'll reach in my pockets and check for things. Most notably, the telegram that I had that I picked up off the bear.
You definitely have the telegram.
Okay. Do I have my claim slip?
You do have your claim slip.
Perfect. Do I have money?
You seem to have less money than you remember having before.
So I hit the street and immediately look around and start putting my tracking and streetwise whatever I need to bear so that I can look for where this girl went.
Bear's dead.
Unfortunately,
Oh crap!
over by the train station, there's quite a lot of traffic, so you can make a tracking roll.
Okay.
But probably have to make it at a -4 here. 'Cause
Okay.
This is one of the most heavily trafficked areas in the city.
Okay.
Bo's got a new vow of vengeance.
-4.
Kill
that
that
Yeah.
girl.
That's
Kill
a
10-year-old.
that's a 0.
Okay.
Oh,
Baby,
shite.
10-year-old. We're working our way up.
I'll re-roll it. Sure.
All right.
Let's see. Yep, it's the 0 again. Okay. I just hit the street and I just look around. Just, God damn it. Anything? I go back to. I'm gonna go back to the Longmire
Okay.
and
To do what?
have a chat with Horace.
Okay. So you're going back to the Longmire to have a chat with Horace. Let's pick back up with Gabe and Howell.
Okay.
So you guys stuck an onion up a horse's butt?
No, like the whole thing?
No. I want you. Tell me what happened here,
Roll
guys.
for this.
I was discreet about it. 'Cause
We get there, and this is in the middle of you explaining this to me.
I don't tell you.
Oh, you don't tell me. Okay.
No.
So we get there, and
I don't
Yeah.
think you'd be okay with it.
Tell me.
Really? Really? me.
But I know how these things work.
Yeah.
Tell me what happened after the fact here, because I want to skip through this encounter with the unless there's a bunch of important.
No,
I don't
things
think
that-
so.
No.
Okay,
I
so
just
then
try and get as much money as I could.
tell me what happened here at the stables. First thing you notice when you go in is that there is only one stable door in here that seems to be secured with several padlocks, and that is Gussie's. And the person running the stable, when you come in and sees you noticing that, he says, hell of a thing. That horse can get out of pretty much anything, so we had to put in a few extra measures. Now that ain't free.
I mean, it's the
And Gussie's just like, all of the horses have their heads poked out, just kind of standing there. She's facing the back wall, and you can just see her tail just sort of swishing out over the stable door from time to time.
You may not be aware, but you are hosting the personal mount of Howell and Hal Melton, the #1 fighter in the greater Denver area.
Yeah. Yeah, yes.
Your charisma?
My charisma is 2.
Negative.
Hold on. -2. Yeah, listen, you seem pretty alright, but this guy's horse is a bitch. And I have been working just so much extra, more than I want to, just making
So-
sure that horse stays here.
I'm sorry, I didn't
Hal and
pick up
Hal
your
or
name.
no.
I didn't pick up your name.
My name?
Get that generator going.
Yeah.
My name is Brainerd Neitherham.
Brainerd.
Brainerd Neitherham.
Brainerd, neither. Brainerd, you mind if I call you Brain?
I do actually, but you know what?
Nerd?
It kind of sounds good when you say it.
Well, you seem like a smart man, so it seems only appropriate.
Thank you very much.
Now, Mr. Howell, Mr. Melton, might not be much to look at. He himself
I agree.
is something of a hard man, which is why I do most of the talking for him. But he is a good man to have associated with your business, because anyone in town can tell you that Howell and Howell is the next big thing in the Denver fighting scene.
Now that's true.
How? I handle these things.
He's got this well in hand.
All right, Brainerd.
You know, you do maybe you should do the fighting and let him do the talking.
All I'm
Both should
saying-
stick to what you're good at, is what I'm saying.
There might be a
what
little
I'm good at.
difficulty involved, but when people start to hear that you are hosting the personal property of a celebrity, I believe it will go very well for your business.
Suppose that makes sense. All right. Fine. As long as you know, every time he fights or whatnot, lets everyone know where he's keeping his horse. And how much extra work that we're doing to keep his horse here. I
Hell,
guess I don't have to charge him extra.
with the amount of people that are interested in Howell and his everyday goings-ons, I do not believe we will be able to stop people from finding out where it is he keeps his horse.
Remember, you guys can spend a piece of cursed Spanish gold to re-roll an unfavorable encounter at any point. You don't have to. You just can.
Wait, it cost Spanish gold? That was free the first time.
No,
No, it costs Spanish gold.
but we can re-roll it. You can't normally.
Yeah, you can't normally re-roll an NPC's initial reaction to you.
No, this is fine.
Okay,
I'm fine.
I thought so. I'm just... All right. Well,
Now, speaking of which, we have recently won ourselves a horse in a fight, and we were wondering if you were looking for more animals for your own business.
what kind of animal?
Why, it's a rather stout.
It's already here, right? It's
Yeah.
been in the...
Is it a mare? Is it a stallion? I don't know.
I don't know.
It's a
Did
horse.
you check? It's a horse.
I'm sure I checked.
You
shoved
checked
something
the
up its
horse's
ass.
genitals?
Yes.
Oh, you shoved something up its ass.
be
Okay, well,
really
hold
easy to
on.
do.
When did you shove something up its ass?
Very recently.
But since you got into the stable?
No, right before.
How did you... So you snuck into the stable and shoved an onion up the horse's butt and then came out and then came back in?
I thought you went to the bathroom.
Didn't we bring the new horse?
No, he
It's
left
in
it
the-
here at the
it's there
stable.
last
Oh,
night.
then yes, I definitely snuck in and did it.
Give me a stealth roll.
All right. Gotta do my horse ass sticking discreetly. All right.
I told
that's,
you we needed
that's
to
a
roll
D4.
for this.
Oh.
So that's a 3.
That's not good.
However, I'm gonna add a d6 to that with a white fate chip.
Oh, you're spending it as a blue.
I've got fates favored.
You are favored of fate.
I'm a big
How
deal.
the hell?
That's just a 1, but that makes it a 4.
Okay. So sure.
Well, wait.
Oh, actually,
wait,
it
you
makes
had
it a
2, right?
6 because I have a lawn.
Gabriel, this horse looks a lot more lively than last night.
Howell. Horse was very tired last night. It's had a good night's rest.
Yeah, all of a sudden it's been kicking up a storm.
Well, I have to say, I would love to keep the horse for myself, but as I am simply the business manager of Howell and Howell here, it is my duty to try and liquidate any of the assets to help pay for his drinking problem.
Does the horse look upset?
Yeah.
I'd like
It looks lively.
The horse is like the horse looks confused.
I'd like to inspect it while they're talking,
Okay.
because I assume he wants to not let me hear that.
Make
so
a notice roll.
I've made points that you need to not talk this whole way.
And then-
however, you're ignoring. I get that you would ignore that.
I'm gonna house rule something here, and we're just gonna use it this one time.
Sure.
I want you to roll one persuasion roll, not modified by your charisma. Just roll a persuasion roll.
Okay.
And I'm gonna treat that as a negative modifier to his notice roll to see if he knows what the hell is happening to this horse.
All right. I mean, I get a D10
Just for kicks.
I get a D10 on persuasion.
Do it.
That's a 6. I
Okay, you
aced it. That's an 8.
An 8, so minus 8. Yep. I rolled a 5. Yeah, I mean, a man would have to drink quite a lot, take as many beatings as I hear Howell and Howell is taking.
I'll tell you, at least it makes it so that he doesn't feel the pain like most people do.
That horse is really spirited. Make a notice roll.
I did. I got a 5.
You got a 5?
Yeah.
Something is clearly bothering this horse. Not in an immediately evident way, but something is not quite right here.
I mean, as a rancher,
The horse-
would someone have played this trick on me before?
Not as a rancher, probably, but you've probably, not to try and sell you a horse, but maybe as a goof, a ranch hand
okay.
might have done something
Sure.
like this before. It looked like you
need
were
to
going to ask me a
sneeze.
question. Oh, sneeze away. Sneeze away. That was totally allowed. Anyone
not
can
working.
sneeze
It's
at the
not
table.
happening.
That is fine. Just don't sneeze on the table. It's very nice.
Saving throw where you can sneeze any old time you want.
Except now.
That's our slogan. Look for our shirt soon.
Sneezing.
Okay, yeah, the horse is agitated. He's going along with what you're saying. All right, well, ordinarily I wouldn't give you much more than $10 for a horse like that.
Ordinarily, I wouldn't be selling a horse like this. A horse like this is the sort of horse you can make your livelihood off of.
Well, I guess I can see that now. At first he seemed kind of sickly, but he does seem a little bit energetic. Well, maybe he was just tired, as you said.
I think he was perhaps homesick. The man we bought him off of was Five Fist Johnson. He was known for being one of the most successful fighters in the
I
ring.
love Five Fists.
Yeah, well, I haven't heard much from him in a while.
I
After
know.
He,
I'm looking forward to seeing his next fight. He's
Well.
my favorite. All right. I'll tell you what. Just on account I like you. You seem like an all right guy.
I appreciate it.
I'll give you 25. I'll give you $25 for this horse. He seems like he might be more spirited. He ain't much of a looker, but I'm pretty sure I can find someone that wants a cheap horse.
Do we
Well-
know if that's good or bad for horse?
It's bad.
That's bad. Okay, cool.
Well,
It's not like the worst, but it is not great.
go. I would love to sell you the horse for this, for that amount, but how he's a hell of a taskmaster. Let me talk with him for a moment and see if I can talk him down. So
right.
I want to pull Hal out, and I just want to be like, Hal, it's important that you look very angry at me for a little while.
What?
Just mug and seem angry and yell something out. I don't care what it is you say.
Listen, I'm no con man. All right.
You don't have to be a con man. You just have to say something angry at me.
Well, you got to make me angry.
Well, you're not a very good fighter, Hal.
Well, that's not true, and not very nice either.
Well, I think you've got a drinking problem, and I'm trying to help you through that. And
That's just mean-spirited all.
oh, is it mean-spirited? Why, there's you're never gonna find your wife if you keep drinking away every opportunity it is you have. All right, now you're getting into character.
Walk away, Gabe.
Oh, all right. All right. I turn around and I go, he's not going to part with the horse for anything less than 50.
He looks like a mean drunk.
Oh, I wish there was something I could do about it, but
50.
I swear, I told him all he had was 25 to give him, but look, I think my career's on the line. I'm just his manager. I don't know if I could stop him if he goes into one of his rages.
All right, listen, I don't want
He starts drinking early.
I don't want no raging drunk here in the stables getting the word out. If I'm doing word of mouth, I want it to be positive. So I'll tell you what, I'll do $40.
Make it 45, just so I don't have to take a beating.
Make an intimidation roll. If you're doing what you're doing right now.
I am. Does that go against my charisma as well?
I'm gonna
Charisma
say
only if it's streetwise
yeah. I'm
and
gonna say
persuasion.
no. Yeah.
No. Okay.
As far as I can tell, it's just streetwise and persuasion.
Yeah.
I don't have that skill, so it's still going to be a D4.
D4 minus 2.
Do fate chips add to this in any way if I added any?
If you had one that could add a
blue
and
or
a
red.
a red can do it too.
Red will add a D6.
You
It just goes to me.
Let's see what I
Roll
roll
for it. Let's see how it goes.
Ace!
Based on
Nice.
D4,
Yeah.
So that's a 7
minus 2, which is a 5.
It's a 5.
Which is a success.
Great.
I could totally toss you a fate chip, which would make sense because I could be like,
Right.
that's how he gets.
He's doing all right. All right, fine, 50. But you keep him away from here.
You've
All right,
done me
I'd
a
prefer to
favor.
deal with you.
I'll make sure that the only people who come here are people who know that you have dealt with the most important people in Denver.
Yeah.
Howell, I'll keep track of him.
All right. And he pays you the $50.
All right. We walk out.
Make another notice roll. You too.
No, twice. I got a 4.
Okay.
Hey, double aced.
Double ace! Man, Grav is acing this season.
So that is 10.
10. Okay. So as you walk out and you're looking at Howell and congratulating him on the teamwork that went into effect there, you notice that there is a woman down the street who is just staring intently at Howell, and you just assume that it's a fan. Howell, you see her too, though, and it's that same woman from earlier.
Gabe, you see that woman over there?
Howell, it is only natural that you're going to start getting admirers, I should call them, when you are putting yourself out there in the ring.
Well, this admirer has been following us since before Piccadilly times. No, sorry.
Can Gabe, pay a little more attention then and see if he notices anything about her?
You see what he saw earlier. She's down the street away, so again, it's hard to make out anything in particular. She seems youngish. She has her hair pulled back. She's a brunette wearing a blouse and pants.
And she seems to be paying a lot of attention
To Howell.
To Howell.
Yes. And then when she kind of sees you guys looking over there, she seems to look busy and just kind of walks around the corner again.
That's what she did the last time.
Howell, maybe continue to walk nonchalantly.
All right.
I want to kind of break away from him, try and circle around, and see if I can kind of come up on her from a different direction.
And you're gonna follow that plan? Make a stealth roll.
Absolutely.
All right. 4 and ace.
Nice.
And another ace.
Yes!
And ace
Oh,
number
Ace City, baby!
Ace number 4.
Ace number 4. Ace!
This D4 is loaded. And a 3.
Okay.
That's 19.
So 19. Okay.
These opalite dice.
I aced on a D8.
Of course it did.
Aced, guys.
That's a 15.
I got a 15.
Wow.
But
I got
it's not a 19.
yeah, because I got 3 4s and a 3.
Yeah, no, you beat me.
Mine was real good.
Yeah, it was.
Hold on.
I could add a D6.
Wait,
Oh.
three fours and a 3? Oh, but a plus 2.
4 4s.
What are you doing?
Oh, 4
I'm
fours.
just gonna add a D6 to
Oh no.
That's an 18.
Not enough.
So I'm gonna add one more d6 to it.
No!
Wait, can you add more now?
Can I add more?
No.
But you get to know.
That's definitely a 19.
That's a 19. It's still just a 19, so you're still tied.
Yeah, I was like,
Tie
wait
means
a
we
minute.
win?
Tie means the state doesn't change. So since she was not aware that he was doing that, she's still not aware is what I'm gonna rule that.
Okay.
So you duck into a back alley and you're kind of walking behind buildings and you can kind of keep an eye on her. And she is walking down the street, but sort of like checking back. She seems more focused on what's behind her than what's in front of her. So you are able to come out in front of her, and she is looking back the way where Howell is coming from, or will be soon when he turns the corner, and she bumps right into you.
Oh,
I'm sorry, ma'am. I was not watching where it was I was going.
I'm sorry. You're probably here because you caught me staring.
Well, I hate to say it directly, but I seem to notice you have caught your eye on Howell and Howell Melton.
No, is that who that is?
I believe it is.
I see. No, I thought I recognized him, but I think I must have mistaken him for someone else.
No, we're all friends here. What is it you think you recognized him from?
Oh no, I thought he was a friend of mine. He looked somewhat like someone I used to know, but I clearly, if that's Howell Melton.
Well,
Howell and Howell Melton?
If you would like to meet the man, I think that can be arranged.
Oh no, I don't know who that is.
Of course, I insist. I want to kind of put my arm.
I'm really fine.
And walk her towards Howell.
Okay, she's a young, kind of plain-looking woman. She seems pleasant, and
I'm not like super aggressive about it. It's
sure.
just kind of like
okay. Hello.
Oh, Gabriel, who's this?
Howell, this woman seems to have taken something of an interest in you.
No.
Could you two have happened to have been acquainted?
No, as I explained to your friend, I thought that you were someone that I knew. I thought you were a friend that I knew from a long time ago, but you are not him.
I mean,
clearly now. He said you're.
What's that friend's
Howell
name?
and Howell Melton. James.
James.
I'm James Rosenthal.
Is that a name we recognize at all?
No. I not that it's
Do we
any
think
business of
she's
yours.
Lying.
Make a smarts roll.
Me too?
If you think she might be lying.
I think
she's been
lying.
sneaking.
I got a 5.
A 5?
I double aced.
Yeah.
You've got all
Bravo,
the
he's
aces.
aces now. Grav took Jordan.
9?
Damn.
I got a 5. You're not sure. You feel like James Rosenthal is not a real name.
You know what? Can I negate that roll I just made? Because my code of honor would make me believe her.
No, you can't negate the fact that you think it's a fake name. But
I'll
you
trust her
can
anyway?
come up with a reason why she might do that jives with your code of honor.
Well, I suppose I could look like anybody on a sunny morning. I don't know, but I did see you down the road. It seems like you were.
Earlier on today. Yes,
Yeah.
I caught sight of you then, and I thought maybe you were James, and then I felt awkward,
Well,
and then
you
I
could have
had
come
to circle
by.
back around. I didn't want to.
I'm sorry, I might have missed that. What was James' last name once again?
Rosenthal.
Rosenthal. And
Yes.
where's this man from?
I'm sorry. I apologize for infringing.
Oh, we
on-
simply want to help if there's anything we can.
I think I'm all right. I don't know you two, and I'd rather not get into
She's
my
right, Gabriel.
personal
let's
business.
Let's let her go. It's none of our business, and she was just mistaken. It's, nothing lost there.
Yeah, I apologize. I'm sorry.
It was very nice to meet you.
Idella Beals.
What was that again?
Idella Beals.
Idella Beals. Very
Yes.
nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Howell Melton.
Just Howell Melton.
Well, he said
I know he's my manager and
Oh.
likes to talk me up as a brand. And
that must be why he's so harsh. Well, it's
I do apologize for that.
it's quite all right. I'm sorry for staring.
No, it's quite all right.
Nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you.
Howell Melton, and manager. Good day.
Gabriel.
Okay. And she leaves. Cut back to Rosaleen.
Well, do you think
Okay, so
Do you think it could be goggles? Could it be
Goggles of
goggles?
goggles.
No, keep going. I'll
Do
find
you
him.
think it could be a snake, maybe?
What?
Why are you thinking that?
Well, I don't know. Maybe it's a bit of a reach, but they
That. Snake in the box.
Forgot
hiss
about that.
or sizzle, maybe like bacon. They come from an egg.
He's dead. He lost his goggles.
I lost goggles.
Goggles.
Okay.
They're pretty much.
Are they in there?
They're pretty much just. I mean, I don't know about the plenty of backbone part, but maybe. And they're
Okay.
missing a leg,
That's all they have. They're just
right? They're
Well,
just backbone.
I'm not seeing any reason why we can't try it.
All
It
right.
makes sense to me.
Try it in what way? Do we say snake?
Oh, okay. So this would be an acoustical reverberation mechanism. So what you would do is you would lean down and you would say, "Oh, thank you, assistant." He comes and goes. You're welcome.
Archie leaves.
So you would lean down and you would say, you think it is snake, so you would say a snake into this thing, and if it is the right vibrations of sounds, it will open the mechanism.
So this could be affected by a dialect then, or accent.
It's possible. Why are you worried because you are so hard to understand?
Well, I wouldn't quite have put it that way, but I am worried. That,
I wouldn't put it that way either. I think you have a very delightful voice.
Oh, I think you're darling. Isn't that sweet of you? I suppose I can try it. If it is incorrect, could something go wrong?
I don't think so. No, it just wouldn't open.
All right, then I'll try it.
Okay, so yes, you just want to lean down and just say a snake into it very plainly. I'm sorry, the word is clearly and plainly. Sorry, sometimes I portmanteau.
Of course,
It's very German.
I will try it.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'll go over to the whatever the thing is and say
The acoustical reverberation mechanism.
snake.
And there's silence for a moment, and then you see the thing just kind of retract back into the box, and you hear all of this whirring and clinking noises from inside of it, and then the top of the box, almost impossibly, and it sort of hurts your eyes to watch it happen, just slides open from a seam that you were positive did not exist before.
What's in the box?
Inside of the box is what appears to be a pair of overwrought boots and some sort of headpiece.
Well,
What is it? I'm sorry, if it is private, I will stay over here and you do not have to tell me.
no, it's quite all right.
Okay, cool, because I'm very much wanting to see.
It appears.
That is a thing we say in Germany.
Apparently so. It appears to be some boots and a head.
Oh.
Something you recognize.
I have seen things like this, yes. I have heard people working on things like this.
What sort of thing is it?
But if you look at the boots, you see this thing right here that looks like a mounted kind of, it's like a tiny cannon.
Yes.
It's not a cannon. Okay, so what is this that we call? Is called a rocket. Okay, so what happens with the boots when you ignite it? A very hot, very intense fire shoots out, and the boots go whoo. You know, and if you are wearing the boots, then you also go whoo with the boots.
You're telling me that you can wear these boots and you can fly.
Well, okay, so flying is probably too big a word for what you do with the boots. You probably fall sideways very fast, okay? Now, you could go straight directions, or you could go up into the air, but when this rocket is done, then you come down from the air very hard. Now, this helmet, this is good to go with the boots, because this oftentimes helps you stay alive, you know, more likely when you use the boots like these. So
That's all it's for.
it's kind of nice it came as a set.
It's just a helmet.
Well, yes, okay, so the helmet helps you when you are using the boots to kind of control the boots a little and then maybe not die.
Right, but the helmet is nothing special other than protective.
Oh, the helmet is for the boots, 100%. Looking at it, I can tell, you see how it's very sleek? That's to let the air, when you're moving very fast, the air comes and it just goes around the helmet.
So tell me.
We call that aerodynamics.
Oh, that's quite a fascinating word you have
It's
there.
very
Rocketeer
nifty.
shit going on.
Who would it? Do you have any idea of who might have made something like this?
Yes, someone who needed to get from one place to another just so fast.
Well, that makes sense, but what kind of person would be able to make something like this?
A scientist for sure. Maybe someone who knows how to use ghost steel like me, because you see, this is made of ghost steel, so the rockets do not burn. The boots and the steel.
Would you have been able to make something like this?
Oh, I could maybe make some of the holdings for it, but no, you would need one of those mad scientists to make these. Now, those guys are crazy.
Quite, I have met a few myself, and they are quite crazy. Well, I very much appreciate your help.
Yes, your aunt has given you a very strange gift, but it has been my pleasure to help you open it.
Yes, well, if I come upon anything else from my aunt like this, I will be sure to come back by.
Yes, please come by any time. I'm always happy to have visitors, or if you know anyone who needs help with things made out of ghost steel, I can make some things into other things. Just tell them Robert Bernhardt. Don't call me the mad blacksmith, okay? Because I'm very nice.
Oh, you're quite nice. I found
Thank
that
you.
out
I try very
by
hard.
myself.
My mother was she raised me to believe that you have to treat people the way that you want to be treated.
Your
And so
mother-
that's what Rob tries to do.
Your mother was very smart then.
Yes, well, you remind me of her in some ways.
Well, thank you. I'll take that as a compliment.
Oh, it's very much one, yes. Okay, well, take your danger boots, and I will hopefully see you again sometime soon. You can always stop by.
Of course, Dankeschön, Dylan.
Oh, well, bitte.
Take them. And I will leave, I suppose.
Okay, head back to the Brown House.
Hey, saving
Yeah.
throw show fun fact. My first character in a campaign, Gideon Longfellow, had rocket boots that were just explosives that he could trigger on the bottom of his boots to launch himself over business.
That is largely what these are. So I will give you guys the Smith and Robards entry for these boots later on, and you can
Wow.
figure out what, if anything, you want to do with them. But you got these because chat unlocked science on the first episode of
Wow.
season 3. So thank you guys.
Awesome.
Yeah,
And go back and watch season 2 of Dark Sun, which is a while back now, but it's
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah, it's like 40 years ago.
Decades ago.
So you went and
Way
talked
back.
to Horace.
Yeah.
And Horace was quite gruff with you at first, because he saw that you weren't there with the little girl, and he assumed that you had run her off. But when you very heatedly maybe started asking him questions about her, and he realized what was going on, he felt a bit bad. I just thought she was just a little girl looking for her pappy. So I apologize. But it appears she has worked her devilish words on me as well. I feel quite the fool.
Horace, when did she come into town?
A few days back. Well, that's when she came in here. I don't know when she came into town.
A few days back. And
That's what she said.
her story was looking for me.
She said she was looking for her pappy.
She didn't give you a name?
No, not as I recall. Described you. Oh, yep. Now I think about it, I think I gave her your name. Yep, that's what happened.
Gabe would have seen through this shit.
She,
Well, Gabe wasn't there.
she described you, and I provided the name, and yeah, she responded in an affirmative manner. Yep, that's what happened. Yep. Well, egg on my face.
Not liking you right now, Horace.
Well, to be honest with you, Mr. Bogue, I ain't a big fan of myself right now either.
Oh no.
But that ain't nothing new for old Horace.
Aw, Horace.
Don't.
Sorry, I gotta clean this glass.
Aw, he doesn't know. He doesn't know.
All right,
All right, you
be
can
cleaning
stay
your
with me
glass.
at the Brown Palace.
Yay!
you can be my dad now.
Always be cleaning a glass. It's just the important bartender's code.
Yep.
A-B.
C-H-E.
C-H-E.
All right. So, what do you want to do now, James? And again, chat, I will apologize. We might go a tiny bit long, just a tiny bit.
I want to find the Baron.
Okay.
Sorry, we're going to go real long.
Make a notice roll.
Baron?
There he is. He's behind that barrel. There he is. He's been there this whole time.
I rolled a 60. I thought he was just Horace's son, but no.
Wait a minute,
I'm not spooking people.
that horse is 2 men inside of a horse costume.
Yeah, it's me, the Baron.
Horace?
You caught me.
Look at
I
me.
give up.
I was a horse's ass. Was she staying in a room here, Horace?
Well, I let her sleep in the storage room. She gave me a sob story about not having anywhere else to stay, and touched my heart.
She leave anything, or?
Just had the stuff she was wearing. Had a little bit of coin to pay for food. Wouldn't take it, of course. Feel like a fool.
He's had enough, Doc.
What?
He's had enough. You're torturing the man.
Well, he deserves it. 100%.
There ain't nothing you can do to me, Mr. Bogue, that I ain't already doing to myself.
I'm gonna.
There are a lot of carriages out today.
Yeah. It's a very busy day.
It
It's a
is.
Monday, I take it.
Oh, yeah. Don't remind me.
Monday, but a black day.
No, but every day.
I want to go to Dixie Blue, the Dixie Blue station.
Okay, that's not a real station.
Dixie Blue.
Dixie Rails or Union Blue.
We should write this stuff down.
Dom's drunk.
You want to go to Dixie Rails?
Give me
Doesn't
Cokes.
operate a station in town. They just have an office. The only trains that come out of Denver are, technically I think there's a Wasatch line, but it's mostly Black River, Union Blue, and Denver Pacific.
Okay.
But every railroad has an office.
Sure. Well, I guess I want to find out what train could have come from Virginia, if she's even telling the truth about that.
You get the impression she probably wasn't.
Right. I
Can't trust Virginians.
know,
They were a
right?
wily bunch.
Caves of Virginian.
Right.
As is Jordan.
I know.
Now, you could continue to investigate Claire where she came from. But you also have the matter of this lead on the Baron.
Right.
And although you are a few dollars lighter than you were when this whole mess began,
For a few dollars less.
I am going to go back to the Brown Palace.
okay.
And
Good afternoon, sir.
right. My ward. Did you see her come back here? I had sent her back to pick something up.
I don't believe I've seen her in.
I will go up to my room. I won't be staying tonight.
Very good, sir. Checkout was earlier this morning. So unfortunately, I will have to charge you for use of the room for this evening as well.
What time is it?
It's late afternoon at this point.
He reaches for his gun, and it's
Yeah.
not there.
Yeah.
Bogue feels like he's missing a limb.
Yeah, I know. He's just like,
I could murder.
that'll be fine. Fine. I'll stay the night. Good day.
Good day to you as well.
Did you perhaps deliver the message to Mr. Pryor?
Yes, I did.
Is he around?
I believe he left earlier this morning.
Any idea where?
No, sir, I do not inquire as to the goings-on of our guests. That is entirely their prerogative to share with me or not share with me. I never ask.
Nicholas is the consummate professional.
Miss Byrne. Did you see Miss Byrne earlier as well?
Yes. As you will be joining us for another evening, yes, I did see Miss Byrne. Mr. Pryor's companion.
This guy's judgy as shit.
Yeah.
He's a pro about it.
This is judgy motherfucker. He's a pro, but he's judgy.
All right. I got nothing else to say you or talk to you about, so I'm gonna head up to my room.
All right, very good, sir. Please let us know if there's anything we can do to make your stay more pleasant at a modest extra fee.
Just go up to my room, and I want to look around the room to just see if there's anything that any sort of trace real quick that I can pick up anything of Claire, but otherwise, if there's nothing there, then I'm just going to go back down to I'm going to go back down, and I'm actually going to check on Dot.
Okay, where are you keeping Dot?
Dot's in the city somewhere at a stable. I don't know if it's the same stable that they're at, but
I imagine it's probably a stable that's in the Tri-Corner neighborhood.
it would be closer to where I was
Yeah,
before,
so that would be, the Longmire would be more on the outskirts as well. Flophouse said it is, so your stable's probably more on the outskirts of town as
okay.
well.
Yeah.
Dot's doing great.
Perfect.
She's a fine animal.
She's a model student at the
She is.
Horse Academy.
But
She's the best.
How many locks are on her?
None.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just a nice, simple latch that she doesn't try to open, so she can leave.
Unless I whistle, and then she'll open it, and then she'll come to me.
Okay, sure. All right, so we will flip back to Gabe and Howell.
I imagine we're walking back to your residence.
Sure. I mean, I guess we do need to go like try and find more.
Well, yeah, I would say, what if we visited the bookie that we probably interact with?
I think that's a good idea.
Yeah.
I think that's what we would go to.
Yeah.
And then obviously afterwards we'd probably head back to the Brown Palace for lunch or dinner. Although actually I think Gabe's a little hesitant to go back.
I want to go there.
Oh, yeah.
And probably not to sit down and eat either.
Yeah. I mean, I honestly think Gabe has taken like the excuse of haggling with the stable owner as like a way to get his mind off of what happened back at the Brown Palace.
Sure.
You know.
If you don't like your accommodations there, you could always stay at Rusty Sal's with me.
No, it's fun. I've got to stay with Rose, but let's try and line up at least one fight before we're just wasting another couple days here in this town.
And it was the weirdest thing. Some couple of ladies in white was just standing there, wouldn't let my horse go through. They had shotguns too. They were damned firm about it. It's just a snatch of conversation that just floats into your ear as you walk by, Hal.
He hears it, I don't.
You do not. You are not primed to listen for things about women in white or anything like that.
I'm gonna approach. Who's this speaking?
It's just kind of a lanky dude talking to a grumpy-looking guy, and they're both just sort of standing on the front porch of someplace.
Excuse me, sir. Did you say women in white?
Yeah.
I'm sorry to intrude. I'm new to the city, and I was looking for some information, and that caught my ear.
Oh.
When did this?
Well, yeah, no, it was just a few, maybe a week or so back. You remember there was that warmish snap for a day or two. Things didn't get exactly comfy, but they got a little.
Gabe goes and joins him too, but
okay.
She's listening in.
Anyways, I was riding my horse up from visiting kin and just following Cherry Creek up into Denver like I always do.
Oh.
There was a shortcut I like to take, but there were a couple ladies dressed in all these white dresses, but they each just holding a shotgun. And they told me it weren't safe to go that way, and they recommend that I go the other way, and they said it all forceful like. And I ain't gonna argue with two women in white dresses standing in the middle of a field in the middle of nowhere with shotguns. So I went around. But I'm telling my buddy here, I found it rather peculiar.
That's quite peculiar.
I'm glad you think so, because we thought so as well.
Would you mind if I could get a map of this? Would you show me that shortcut? I would very much like to visit that area.
I suppose I could. Yeah, you familiar with Cherry Creek?
I've heard of it.
So that is a river creek that flows into Denver.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you just follow that south, against the current, and just I'm trying to remember now because there's a bunch of open plain down in that area.
Take your time. That's
just
all right.
somewhere roundabouts in there. Past the creek, so a couple days ride, and I saw him out. With just big open plains, and I like to I got a way that I thought maybe looked like it was a good way to go, but they wouldn't let me go that way, so I didn't.
They didn't say why, or
Just said it weren't safe.
Well, it could be hard to understand the motivations of women sometimes.
I agree entirely. They are a mystery to me. Confounded creatures. Easy on the eyes.
I suppose. Well, thank you for your time. I
Of course,
greatly
stranger.
do appreciate it. If you ever come to one of my fights, I would very much like to buy you a drink after the fact.
And the other guy just kind of perks up. I thought that was you. This is Howell and Howell Melton.
That is.
He's got the he ain't no Five Fist Johnson, but he's got the fastest fists apart from Five Fist John. I'd like to see the two of them in a fight someday.
Nobody's Five Fist Johnson. Now,
Right?
You know what I mean?
Nobody is. That's true. Ain't nobody Five Fist Johnson but him.
I think you might find that that Howell and Howell is the best fighter in the scene, and you can tell anyone who matters that
Well-
that is the case. I recommend very highly that next fight you bet on Howell and Howell. The man is a man to watch.
Well, that's good advice. I just hope you ain't going up against Five Fist, because I'd be forced to bet against him in that case. But,
Well, I would not put a wager on him going against Five Fist.
all right. Well, yeah, I understand. Ain't
How-
for everybody. He's a scary fighter.
Howell, maybe we should keep moving on. You've got some very important meetings to get to.
I do. I thank you again for your time, and we'll see you around.
It suddenly occurs to you that in this whole time, you've been asking around trying to find information about the Sisters of Imminence.
Right.
But it's entirely possible, since nobody seemed to have any information about the Sisters of Imminence, that no one knew that that's a group that existed or that's what they call themselves.
Right.
And all of a sudden, the fact that you realize your line of investigation has entirely been thrown off by that little bit of information that Chaos fed to you.
Right.
Howell, I don't understand why you felt the need to go insert yourself in those strangers' conversation.
Listen, when my ranch was taken away from me, burned down on top of me, I just before I was visited by a lady wearing a white dress.
Well, lots of women wear white dresses, Howell.
No, but it's odd. It felt real. Something didn't feel right about it. And I was knocked out right after that. And I just, until now, I just sort of brushed it off. But there's got to be something about these women in the middle of a field wearing white dresses, not letting people come nearby. That's got to be something.
And as you talk, you begin to get more excited because this is the first inkling of a lead that you've had about anything related to your missing wife, Ludi, since she disappeared. And the more you think about it, the more sure you become that this is something.
Howell, I don't want to get your hopes dashed, but you need to remember that this is the West, and people do some strange things in the name of religion or organization. And there's a chance that these people have nothing to do with your wife.
There's a chance, but I gotta go. I gotta go check it out.
Look, I understand. And I think you have to do whatever you have to do. But things are never as they appear out here. You understand that, don't you?
Yeah, you're right. I won't get my hopes too up, but it's gotta be something. There's something about this. It feels odd in the right way. I'm gonna ride out as soon as I can.
Well, the first thing we've got to do is arrange your next fight. If we make it seem as though things are not business as usual, it's going to start to raise suspicion. And if you know about these people, they know about you.
Well, unless you can get me a fight tonight, I'm leaving first thing tomorrow.
Well, then I can get you a fight tonight. Mark my words.
All right. All right.
All right. Does anyone else have anything that they want to take care of as the day winds down here in Denver?
I want to get him a fight.
Sure. And you'll get to work on that. But it shouldn't be too hard for you to do that, Gabriel.
What?
Do you want to make Horace cry?
Oh, Horace.
Make a horse cry.
Aw.
This is what it sounds like when a horse cries.
No one do the sound. Please don't do the sound.
No, there's nothing else I want to do.
Okay.
now.
All right. Well, then, in that case, I think we will end here with Howell having found the first mention, maybe, of the organization that was responsible for taking his wife from him before Coldwater Creek became a burning pit in northern Colorado. So thank you very much, guys, for
Well-
tuning in. Yeah, what?
I was just going to say, just to keep everything canonical, we'll say that tonight is also when I try and talk Howell
Oh, yeah.
into throwing a fight to get one of the bookies to give us a better deal on something so we can get deeper into things, which is then somewhat detailed in a Twitter role-playing thing.
Yeah, so look for that. We all have
Already happened.
we have role-playing accounts for all of our characters on Twitter. I am at wildcards_GM. At wildcards_GXG is Garav. At wildcards_Dom is Dom. At wildcards_Meg is Megan. And at wildcards_JP is Jordan. That's all of their characters, and we play in between the sessions as well, so check that out. Thank you guys for joining us here for Wildcards. Thank you so much for your tips, and thank you for continuing to get the word out and just be excited about the show. Speaking of which, this lovely little ditty that played in the dining room of the Brown Palace was created by Gunslinger Andy for us.
Thank you.
The name of the song is The Blackbird Who Flew Too Far, and he was very kind to give us permission to play with it on the stream. I think he envisioned it as more of a theme for Rosaleen, but as soon as I heard this, I thought it made a better theme for another character. So,
We can share.
Yeah, sure, you can share.
I also think that if Chaos slash God, what's his name?
Gerald.
Gerald
Richards.
Gerald Richards. If Gerald Richards is like trying to get at us, he would do something that evokes various
Sure.
people we care about.
Sure.
Oh, yeah.
Also, if you guys liked any of the other audio tracks that we were playing tonight, I had a lot of others prepared. I played The Brawl, I played Daytime and Nighttime City. All of that is courtesy of Plate Mail Games. That's Wes Otis's audio company for your tabletop role playing. You can find Plate Mail Games on Drive-Thru RPG. Most of his tracks are 99 cents, and you can find anything you want for your tabletop
There's
RPGs.
lots of
He
deals.
makes so many, and he runs
does,
specials
yeah.
all the
He
time,
runs
so check
specials
those
all
out for your home games. Thank you guys for hanging out at the table and for having a little bit of a downtime session as we did some dealings in Denver. Does anyone have anything that they want to promote before we head out? Start over here.
My name is Jordan Pridgeon. Check out my Twitter at Jordan Pigeon. And of course, Wildcards JP for things between sessions. And you can also check out the podcast I'm part of called This American Lie. Just
Check it
Google
out. Check it out, guys.
Check it out.
Megan?
I'm Meghan Caves. You can find me on Twitter at Meghan Caves, MEGHANCAVES. You can find me on Wednesdays on Iron Cape with Garav here. It's our D&D show, 5e show. And also, Garav, Jordan, and I have a podcast called Experience Pointers. You can find us on Twitter at EXPPointersPod. It's a GM podcast, and for Patreon backers here at Saving Throw Show, $10 and up, you get it a week early. It comes out every 2 weeks, but you get it a week early.
Speaking of Patreon, Claire Walker was a Patreon NPC. Any Patreon backer at the $25 level or above gets to introduce an NPC into the world of Wildcards. So many of them have made appearances so far in the show. There's still more to come, and we will see the return of many of the ones that have already shown their faces. And who knows, we might see a little bit more from little Claire in the future. So thank you again, Double Up Omega, for introducing Claire Walker into the game.
I took care of that.
Gura?
You can catch me on Twitter and all the other social media things at DoubleGXG. And Megan already went over Iron Keep and our
We're the same
podcast.
person.
We're the same person.
Do
we
everything
realized.
together,
Me
apparently.
and Megan are the same person, so.
Can't you tell?
Dom?
I'm just Dom.
Just
Oh,
Dom.
he's more than just Dom.
Come on.
And executive
He's
producer.
the
Dom.
Dom.
At Gadzook on Twitter, and that's it.
Also, guys, be sure we don't have a show tomorrow. Saturday is our day of rest, but on Sunday we will have Tempting Fate
and that is with GM Rick Budd. He's going to have a great crop of guest players on this show. It's at 5 p.m. Pacific time, and they're going to be running a skin of lasers and feelings. Which skin are they running this week?
Neon and Chrome. And
Cyberpunk.
Cyberpunk. So be sure to check that out. That one is always wacky fun. You can follow Saving Throw on every pertinent social media platform except for Vine. We will never Vine. And
Vine is dead.
Doesn't
Is it
exist
dead?
anymore.
Wait, but I think it's coming back.
I think it's coming back
Is it
too.
really?
Yeah,
hope
or
so.
it's back, maybe?
It's not back yet.
regardless, we're not going to be on that.
Yes, we are.
But thank you guys.
We're gonna be on Vine.
But Periscope, right? Don't you guys Periscope
We are
before
on
the show?
Periscope.
That's just
But
Twitter,
that's
right?
that Twitter bought them,
It's
so it's just
Twitter,
based
yeah.
on your Twitter.
Oh, it's just Twitter.
These
So
are live.
make sure
Good
you
stuff.
follow.
This is
for-
very important
for the
information.
pre-show stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, we take a shot.
I want to say a big thank you to Tyler behind the scenes for running everything for us. It was his first time running things completely solo, and he did a great job. So thank you very much, Tyler. You were a super huge help for us.
Yes.
And thank you guys for being here. BSB Care, thank you again for the fate chips and the other stuff. Thank you to all of you who send in these amazing things that make our game table so much better.
So
Thank you to
awesome.
all of you who just show up and watch the show, and especially thank you to those of you who tell your friends, hey guys, you should really check this out. It's a lot of fun, because we wouldn't be able to do this if we didn't have you guys out
Yeah.
there spreading the good word about us and just showing up to watch our show. So thank you for being here.
And we desperately want to be doing this.
Yeah,
do.
we
This is
Like,
great.
love this.
We hope
fucking love this.
we hope you have as much fun as we do. So
Crazy. It's
thank you guys.
crazy all week.
We will see you next Friday, same time, same place, and we will leave you with some finger guns.